Hey, Bracketeers, it's Slaytyr from the Beyond the 7 headquarters. I just wanted to make a quick note about the length of the episode. I know you probably saw it and were like 2 hours or whatever it came out to be at the end of all this. It is a long one. We do have a guest host on. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this episode. I do want to mention that going forward, Jordan and I have been discussing being more intentional with keeping our videos anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half max. That's kind of like our sweet spot where we want to go. So don't expect this to be a common thing. I didn't want to edit this out because there's a lot of fun things that go on that happen in this episode. So yeah, enjoy. And I'll see you next time for the next episode. Bye, Bracketeers.
Welcome, wizards. Have you come for more knowledge? Do you seek to be an honest wizard? Or are you a conniving warlock? We shall pass judgment. So join us as we go beyond the 7.
Welcome, Bracketeers, to Beyond the 7, the podcast where two homies help to turn conniving warlocks into honest wizards, one rule zero at a time. Tired of being told you're not playing at the right bracket level, your deck's too strong, or maybe your deck just sucks? Send us your deck list. Send us your story using the link found in the description or any socials at Beyond the 7 MTG, and allow us, the Head Bracketeers and guest Head Bracketeer, to give you the official Beyond the 7 bracket stamp of approval. I'm your host, Slaytyr, and I'm joined by my guest homie host, Dry Fishy. Say hey, dude.
Hey guys, what's up, gang? How you been?
What's up, bro? How you been, man?
you know. I'm excited to be here.
Are you though?
Oh yeah. Long overdue.
It has been long overdue. So Dry Fishy is actually a member of the group of our pod, our normal pod that we play with. And I kind of mentioned this. You're also the one that submitted the Zozu deck.
Yes, Zozu the Punisher.
Zozu the Punisher.
Punishing the land players.
Oh, the land players. But you've been fun to play with. You're great to have in the pod, man. We love having you around. But yeah, there's something really interesting and unique to you compared to the rest of us in the pod that I want to discuss here in the preamble. And that's that you just recently started getting into proxying again, or not say again, for the first time. And you have the, I don't know the name of it, the Kieran deck, the Infernal something.
The Infernal Kieran is just what it's called. It's a mono black spirit, arcane
Discard.
special. Yeah, discard. I'm playing around it.
I know. But that's like your first ever full proxy deck, right?
Yes, yeah. It was, yes.
But for the most part, you are primarily a non-proxy player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think we kind of talked about it before, but kind of started the same way. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Shout out Brandon. You know, he got me into it. Took me to the LGS for the first time. Got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Really opening packs and trading them with other people, looking at each other's binders. Yeah. You know, that's the fun and the spirit of what it was for me to like open packs and stuff like that.
So what made you go from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic?
From Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know, I got really sick of just the 1v1 format. I was playing at a time where like one turn kills weren't like super prevalent yet.
Yeah,
so there was some good long range and mid range. I'm sure there is. I probably just wasn't playing at the best level.
Right.
But a lot of the times I was losing to quicker decks, more expensive decks at that. And 1v1 formats you got to see the same thing all the time. Magic, I was so happy to be introduced to Commander, where it's just 4 people. That's you got that's a gathering. Right there. You got to gather. That's enough right there. 2 more people for 3. You know what I mean? Just to hang out and play. At the end, all the cards can be original. So
yeah.
I think it really spoke to it. So and there's tons of bulk. You know, you can make a deck from
100% agree, man.
Anything you need, and I just liked it. You know, the creativity and really the gathering aspect of it.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean, as you mentioned, I also came from Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! 1v1 formats. I didn't really play Pokemon a whole lot competitively, but as far as card game goes with Yu-Gi-Oh! I did get into a little bit. And I agree with you, man. The 4-player, the multiplayer aspect of it is just everything.
Yeah, I mean, when you have two more people, like the game fundamentally changes, right? Like now you're not
politicking,
Yeah.
the bitching, the
it's all I'm saying. You know, me and him will go back and forth.
oh
man.
god.
Oh man.
But it's all in good heart, and
Oh, yeah.
but it's so much fun every time, man. Segues into my next thing. How does I just want your opinion, and this is coming from you because I'm a bit jaded since I've been a proxy player pretty much my whole commander career. How does proxying impact the bracket for you? How does it impact the games that you experience with us? And What when you see a proxy a deck, what do you instantly think?
Wow, yeah. So seeing a proxy deck is there's a couple things that you can kind of tell, right? There's a main thing is like the pricing of it. There's a lot of very high valuable, expensive cards in there. Not necessarily to the degree where it always helps the deck. Sometimes the deck itself isn't the craziest build, but it just has these great pieces for it.
Yeah. You just expect that there's going to be pricey cards if it's proxy.
Exactly. You'll see something very crazy. The other part of it, sometimes I think it lacks a little bit of creativity for me. I think it takes away from really looking at other cards. Some of my favorite moments in the games we play, I love opening packs. It doesn't mean I get like all the crazy cards either.
Yeah.
But some of my favorite times that we've played is like playing cards that you guys are like, whoa, what is?
I'm like, what the fuck? Did you just play? What does that card do?
And I think it helps you just deck building wise, like look at what you have and kind of fit things into, or maybe this will work instead of more optimal card that I have to order or hope to open. I think it's I think it's fun. I think it helps the creativity, and especially if majorly most of the play group is on that.
Yeah. What do you? What about the power level of those decks? What does proxying imply?
Yes, I think proxying, it really puts you kind of in an arms race. I think you look to build out your deck as much as you can. I mean, granted, it is great like to play with some of the most funner parts of the game that somewhat seem like priced out.
Yeah.
Though they are still legal, which is like a separate issue, right?
So like if I was to build let's say I wanted to intentionally build a bracket 2 deck, since I am a proxier, it's hard for me to not build a bracket 2 deck that's at the highest end of bracket 2, and same thing for bracket 3 and so forth, right? It's like
I would totally agree with that. I think there's a lot of minor advantages that building with proxies give you. Yeah. That really, on a card by card level don't matter, but when you look at the deck as a whole, you could definitely build some overwhelming advantages. One thing that I think you and I agree actually on is the land base. I think a solid land base gives you a momentous advantage over the majority of other people.
I think it's we've talked about this and we've argued a lot. I do think there's like I think that the deal with proxying, and it's like if you look at if we're taking into account just lands, it's like okay, maybe if you there's videos out there where they do like the math on this and stuff, like marginally, like just by itself isn't making that big of a difference, and you might be like but Jordan made a good point of like when you proxy everything, all those marginal differences from not just the lands but the staples that you play, the best cards and slots that you play for every slot, just all of that stuff put together. I see where you come from, and it's like, it kind of all adds in value, and you're like, oh,
it builds in the muscles like that are in between the muscles, right? It's not just
you build the muscles without going to the gym.
Exactly. It's not just your bicep now. It's, the parts in between. So I think it just helps. I wouldn't say it's a detriment either. I think it's fun to play.
There's some people that want to play that.
Exactly, and I don't think they're wrong for that either. That's one thing I want to clarify for sure.
If there's one thing I have noticed about you in the play group is, although you're not a proxy player yourself, you don't, and sometimes you do give us a hard time and you hate on us, but I think that's just fun in games. And for the most part, you're still playing with us.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like we're still having a good time.
And I do think there's valid concerns that have been brought up about proxy. I think that we've probably seen and actually made changes about, which is or we're coming to making changes about.
I will say, chat, for those of you who've seen a couple episodes prior, we talk about a rift existing in our play group. Part of that rift probably does come from the fact that some of us proxy, some of us don't proxy, and not even just that. Even the people that proxy, right? Like I'm seeing some of the decks, like they all know, but like Jordan and I will talk with like Jordan. Your decks are always so like way up there, man.
No, don't say it. Jordan's gonna be like, "Oh, you guys are talking shit on my decks."
As you can tell, I know we're already, I don't know, 10 minutes into this, but Jordan was out of town this weekend.
He's already getting mentioned.
He's out of town this weekend, so that's why we have Dry Fishy filling in for this weekend. Yeah, he's, like I said, he's been a major player in our play group for a while now. I love having Dry Fishy around. You make it a lot of fun, man. We laugh the most when you're there for sure. And honestly, dude, I just got to tell everybody, you were definitely the number one gaslighter of the group.
Oh my god, you are fucking bro. No, you did not.
Bro, you
No, you did not.
You're the biggest gaslighter of the whole group, man. It'll be one turn, he'll just be like, hey, Slaytyr, we cool, man? Hey, we cool, man? We business partners, bro? Like, all right, cool. And then I'll play one card, I do one thing, it goes one turn. He's like, all of a sudden, it's just like, everybody kill Slaytyr.
No way. This guy is on here spouting propaganda just because it's its own spot. Oh, do not believe it. If you had to get against the arguments I've had to go against,
dude,
you got,
not even, bro.
Oh my god.
You manipulative, politicking little. You're doing it right now, too.
No way. Oh my god.
But dude, that's what brings the fun in the gathering, dude. You bring the laughter, you bring the fun. Yeah,
Can't believe it. That's hilarious, bro.
And you do bring those unique cards, and I'm just like, huh? What's that dude? Like, damn, okay, fuck, dude.
Yeah, man. No,
What's that card you played against us the other day where it traded 2 of our commanders?
Oh yeah. Oh, amazing. There's like switcheroo.
Oh, that shit pissed me off, dude. It's like I build my whole decks around my commanders. This is how I like to build my decks, and it's just like you trade my commander, and I was just like, well, there's my game.
Yes, play more switcheroo. I'm going into that.
Don't play more switcheroo.
Play more switcheroo. If you got blue in your deck, play switcheroo in your deck.
Hell no, dude. Since we do have Dry Fishy on today, something else in the chat, you might already know this. You might be already thinking this, given the whole Zozu thing, and I think we mentioned this whenever we did that episode. But another thing I want to talk about in the preamble with you. What are your feelings and thoughts on land decks?
Oh, yeah. You know, I kind of touched on it in my submission there, but
yeah,
you know, I think land, even just the lands in general, just was overlooked. I think most people overscope how good of a land base most people have.
Yeah.
Not that there isn't good alternatives or that you can't have like a good, solid land base, but to have like a land based centric deck or even a land base that is like perfect in regards to what it could do to your deck, I think that's something that the bracket system overlooked. I think
I agree
with the decision of making major land destruction a bracket 4. I think there needs to be talks around major land, a ramp, I guess.
I think I'm with you because when we're talking about lands decks, we're talking about like not just perfect land bases, but just landfall strategies, playing lands out of your graveyard, returning all lands from graveyard to play, and playing more than one land per turn, and these all constitute like what a lands deck was trying to do, what a lands deck is. And I think Dry Fish and I, as you just said, we both are in agreement that I don't think we're both fans of that play style.
No, I think we've talked about it a couple of times. Yeah, it's one of those. We're not a fan, but that's definitely Wizards' little baby of a archetype, right?
Wizards loves it.
We've seen it a couple times in some pre-cons, right? We've seen Ice Till Explorer now come out.
Dude,
which
what a
just
card,
like is
man.
A printed, redundancy card for land.
Our
decks.
first bracket card of the week.
And it gets to a point with Wizards that they'll support it so much, but they won't support the counter to it. In a sense. And how long do we let that get away for? I'm telling you, we're done with it right now.
I remember in your story you had mentioned. I don't remember the exact wording, so I'll just paraphrase it. But you had said something like, "It's criminally offensive how long we've been letting lands decks get away with it."
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think when people look at land decks, or when at least I play land deck, it's like, it's set up for, it's kind of like a sneaky way to go on. They'll burn through their hand eventually, kind of thought. That's the thought process.
It is kind of under the radar. You're right.
You know what I mean? And maybe I'm overthinking. They play it. I'll let them. I got other people that are open. I can get over. No, and then now all of a sudden turn 6 like Scoot Swarm or something crazier is popping off, and now they're playing 3 lands per turn, and oh, throw some blue in there. Now they're looking at the top or playing things, drawing cards off of their lands. It's a value piece that I think, like I said, it's uninteractable. Like you can't really interact with lands.
Yeah, because you're not in bracket 4, so you can't really do anything to the lands.
You're not really like something that is I'm always caring for lands. It's an archetype that makes you put 1 or 2% of your deck dedicated towards destroying something a part of your lands. Or something a part of graveyards in a sense of because of lands.
That's an interesting point though, because let me ask you this. Do you think we can easily define what a lands deck is so that it can be put in bracket 4? And what I mean by that is there a count? Like, do you say, oh, if you have this many play extra land cards in your deck, then it's landfall or lands deck. If you have this many landfall strategies, it's a lands deck. If it has this many, XYZ, something with lands, is that possible or is that just too hard to do?
See, I think, and that's the part that I come to truth with about the complexity of it, I think, is because how do you define land ramp now? Like, does my mono or does my like black and blue deck that I have world map in just to go get one, one specific like Homeward Path and John, right? Or to go get some Mirror Lodge, or do I just have something in my mono red deck that gets me lands?
Fuck that John. This is Dry Vision, the one that plays those fucking commanders, man.
Hey, if you guys started swinging, see, I'm just helping you guys start. I'm tired of seeing combat pass, nothing happening. Swing with my guy at least. Here, I give you this guy. I think it's hard to define what ramp is, and because it's so prevalent in everything. Soul Ring is ramp, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, that could be put in any deck now, but. When it's land specifically, I think that's the caveat, right? That you're playing so much, and I don't know how to explain it, but other than when you're making a bunch of something on your turn that you normally wouldn't be able to.
You're doing like multiples.
Multiples of something. You're drawing multiple turns, you have multiple turns, or you draw multiple cards per turn, or you play multiple lands per turn. I think those are problematic things that you need to look at before anything, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just. I mean, the two most important things in Magic to do are drawing and playing lands. Everyone agree, and in my opinion, that's in that order. Drawing's number 1, and playing lands is number 2. And we've talked about this in previous episodes, but draw decks or draw archetype, style decks tend to be very powerful because you're doing the best thing a commander has to offer, and just innately they are just powerful decks. And now the second best thing or most important thing to do in commander is playing lands, and if you're playing more than one land per turn, which is outside of what you're generally supposed to do at the minimum, it's like, okay, these are innately going to be very powerful effects as well, So,
it's those things that make you look at like ramp and land. Like, okay, this wouldn't be a problem if some of those spells were a little bit higher in cost. Maybe some of those green spells weren't like I couldn't target everything, or certain cards came in tapped. Maybe there's some type of slow, like they slow down.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the time it's not that.
Some of those MLD cards are expensive, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And you look at major land destruction, it's like, World Fire,
9 mana or whatever it is.
Below that there's Wildfire, which is like even more, less expensive, but mono red, it's kind of hard to pull off. And you have to be probably in green to really make it work for yourself.
And it's not, it's just not really a supported archetype, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as supported as what we're seeing now with landfall.
It's just, and it just puts you in this awkward situation. Because personally speaking, if I'm being honest, I don't necessarily want to play against MLD.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to play against landfall either.
Exactly. Yeah. And mana burn isn't such like a prevalent thing. There's decks obviously built around it. But man, it's a hard thing to get the rest of the table around you to rally around you about.
Yeah, and I do agree with you. I don't think it's easily definable. I don't think you can just say, hey, if you have 3 of these cards and 4 of those, or if maybe even if there's a rule of like if you're getting away with 2 or more lands entering per turn, you're automatically bracket 4. Exactly. I feel like that's kind of hard because then you're saying, okay, if someone runs 3 visits, it's bracket 4.
Yeah, even some of the lands that you play, is Terramorphic Expanse now bracket 4. And that's uninteractable. Yeah. I do think there is something to say about landfall, the actual like text on the cards, like people with the landfall, I guess keyword.
Yeah, the ability.
Yeah, I think if you have like a certain amount, there could be an argument to make there because, most other decks that you're not centralizing around lands or landfall, you probably wouldn't choose
Right.
creatures with landfall abilities,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think there could be something said there if you have like a couple landfall cards, creatures, or things that just, work with landfall.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that a perfect mana base with landfall decks includes having all of the fetch lands, which just doubles and triples your value in land strategy or landfall or lands decks in general. So
Yeah, it definitely puts bracket 3 games at the higher money count. I think
For sure.
it makes
100%
It could
agree.
be like, oh wow, okay, well certain decks could be this amount, certain decks could be this range because of technicalities, right? Like this.
It just the disparity that you experience in bracket 3. We've talked about this in multiple episodes about how wide this bracket can be. It's the widest of all the brackets. And it's like I could say I'm playing a 3, and let's say it's a low 3, and someone's playing a lands deck, and it's like you feel like you're playing against a 4 in reality.
Yeah,
and
they
maybe
feel
it
like
is
they're
a high
playing
3.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just a high 3 for them. But because of the support, I think it's a menace on the table. I think.
Listen, we're hating on lands decks because we both don't like it. If you love playing lands, you keep playing your lands decks.
It's
I want
fun
you
to
to be
play.
happy.
I think it's fun to play. I agree. It's super cool to do. Even in Zozu, there was I have a Crucible in Worlds where I had a point to cycle my lands to draw cards. It's pretty cool. It's fun to do. That's just like the worst way to do. That's the worst way to do it. But
Fuck that deck.
I get it though. Hey, this is coming from somebody who's playing Major Land Destruction. So hey,
Yeah, I get you.
I guess it's the opposite side. But hey, don't make me feel bad about
So
it.
then, with everything we just mentioned, including you being a non-proxier, how we feel about lands decks, your interpretation of the brackets and all that, where do you see yourself most fit? Preferably, do you prefer to play in bracket 2, bracket 3? What is the perfect fit for you?
Oh yeah, I think we talked about this before, and I think we kind of changed a lot how we feel about it more that we played. And I think you've probably been liking the games. I think ever since we joined it, because I like a bracket 2, bracket 3 game. I just generally like a longer game in general. I think the longer things go, the weirder things happens. I'm all for those type of games.
I'm in a full agreement. I think the bracket 2, low bracket 3 games are my favorites. I mentioned this. I've had the most fun in the past couple of weekends playing my pre-con only games. It's not just that, but also just having I wouldn't say lower level of interaction, but the less efficient interaction. So it makes it feel like interaction's not as like easily available or as proficient in those games. So it's like I get to experience a game where everyone pops off. Everyone's getting to do their thing. And you know how important that is in Commander for everyone to get to do their thing. And even if I win or lose, I had fun that game.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to like the culture of why I think Landfalls kind of feels a little bit bad, because it's like you said, it's in bracket 2, bracket 3. I think it's board advancement and value versus any reaction or any interaction. Like very rarely are you gonna be, turn 1, turn 3 maybe.
Yeah.
If you have it right, but how often are you gonna respond to some type of piece that's gonna land? You know what I mean?
I don't need to run interaction. If you can go ahead and wipe my whole board, I'm gonna have double the lands you have, and I'm just gonna recreate my entire board.
Exactly.
While the rest of you are clawing back.
Am I gonna counter that rampant growth on my turn 2 when I want to play something?
Maybe we should be.
Yeah, and that's the tough part. Sometimes it is. That's how I felt about when Ryan countered my Samwise Gamgee deck. He counted it on turn 2.
Valid, baby.
And I was like,
valid.
you know what? I would be probably.
I get it.
But I get it. You're not wrong for that. I had the next thing coming out that was going to give me like 3 more foods. So, I had Bill the Pony or whatever coming out.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to give me 3 foods. So, you know what? You're not wrong for that, man.
Not wrong for that. So what are your thoughts on being deemed the first conniving warlock on this show?
Yes, bro.
You're Beyond the Seven's first conniving warlock ever.
It's an honor, It's an honor. It's really an honor. It's the truth. You build these decks from a place that you feel like is part of your personality. I truly think that there's a part of your deck, and there's a part of you in every deck.
He was trying to sneak MLD in a bracket too.
Hey, I'm just saying we seek it. We're sneak. That's like I said, that was more of like a declaration to what the bracket system needs to change.
True.
So do I bring it around tables and just say nothing about it? No. I'll say I've brought it to MagicCon before, and
we went to Chicago.
Yeah, I went in Chicago, and I tried to play it Honest to God.
Did you get it?
Yeah, hell no. Nobody wanted to play. Nobody wanted
No,
to play.
thank you. I don't want
I
that.
was like, all right. So be happy for your friends, for your play group that you have, your personal pod, because they let you play the bullshit that you want to play.
Maybe we should be like that towards Lance decks. I don't want that game.
Yeah,
No, get that shit out of here.
Actually, I'm okay.
Oh no, dude.
A little disclaimer. See, that's good. That's good.
Dude, the thing is though, I was so prepared to call you an honest wizard,
I
man.
know, bro.
Listen, so
I saw it.
I know I explained this in this episode. I'm going to explain it again just while he's here. But like, again, I had always been under the impression every time you pulled out that deck, what is the one card you always spoke about?
Oh, you know it's World Fire, baby.
Always World Fire. And so I was like,
he
he only has World Fire. And I was full-heartedly ready to just be like, Jordan, I know you're going to give this deck a 4. I'm giving it a 2. He's only running one MLD card, one Mass Land Denial card. Like, we are good to go.
Nope.
The night before the pod, I opened up that deck list, bro, and I'm just like, bro, World Fire, Wildfire, Ruination. What was it, Storm Cauldron?
Yeah, Storm Cauldron.
And I was like,
Storm
bro.
Cauldron. Hey, I disagree with you on Storm Cauldron. You know,
I'm just
Storm Cauldron. You should have kept that one at the list.
Impending disaster,
Yeah,
whatever it's
impending
called.
disaster, yeah.
I was like, bro, I can't, dude. I can't.
Oh shoot!
You fucking conniving world.
Look, man.
I can't believe I played against that deck like 3 times now. How dare you?
Did it feel like a bracket 4 game? No,
It didn't. And that's a really good point because again, I'm very much more on the side of like the whole performance rating, and that's where we, the bracket systems were made as a guideline to help you with your rule zeros and help you get into games where the matchups feel nice. It's not supposed to be a gatekeeping thing of like, oh, you can't play that deck here because you're already great. It's not how it works.
100% agree. I think you hit the point on there. I think the bracket system was just a guide.
Yes.
It's not the end all be all. There's no tournaments based off of this. There probably are tournaments actually. Let me stop. But, there are tournaments, but if you're playing with your local pod, even at your LGS, that's not like you could talk about it and see if they let you play with it. It's not the end.
Yeah,
of the world.
and so like sure, power wise, your deck is definitely not a bracket 4. The Zozu deck's not bracket 4. I will say what I do like about the bracket system in this case and why I ultimately did have to give you a 4 was strictly just the whole idea of like, I don't want to play into a deck where I know my lands are going to be destroyed, and you had enough of it in the deck for me to say,
okay, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. So
definitely, no, it's not a wrong take. Not a wrong take.
I'm glad you agree with me on that.
Not a wrong take. Not a wrong take. I was not mad about it.
I got a surprise for you though.
Yes, sir. Oh,
So-
wait, a surprise.
We're going to move into rule 0 of the first deck.
Okay.
And given that's how we feel about lands decks in general and all that, the first deck today that we're going to get into is submitted by The Who. The commander of this deck is the Necrobloom.
Ooh, the Necrobloom.
Do you know what Necrobloom is?
I'm not aware of a Necrobloom, actually. I was looking at it, but...
You about to be.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the Necrobloom is a 4-mana 2/7. It's 1 generic, 1 white, 1 black, 1 green. Legendary creature plant. Has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Then it has land cards in your graveyard have dredge 2. That means you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand and mill 2 cards instead of drawing a card.
Wow. So you can always just get a land back to your hand.
Yes, you're basically drawing a card still. You're getting a land back to your hand, filling up your graveyard with 2 more cards, and all the while, when you get that land into your hand, you ensure that you can have a land draw for the turn to activate its landfall ability.
Yeah. This.
What do you think about this?
This is
Initial thoughts.
This is a landfall deck, 100%. This is like
It has landfall in the name.
This is landfall in the name. It's a cool plant though. I like the art. I will say too, looking at like the deck that they sent in. This is the archetype one, I think.
The Architect one, yeah.
Architect. I like the way that they separated their deck.
The labels.
The labels and everything.
Yeah,
I thought that was sick. That's the kind of deck builder I wish I was.
Oh, shit. Hey, The
The
Who, keep it up, baby.
So I started thinking about it that way because I was like, okay, this is kind of annoying, but now I started looking at it. I was like, this is nice. Card draw.
Yeah.
Gets everything he needs. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, yeah, this deck is filthy, bro.
So The Who's story he says, hi, I've been following your podcast since the first episode. Thank you, The Who.
Shout
We
out to
appreciate
Who.
you.
What's up?
I love the podcast and have been really enjoying the content so far. I noticed in some episodes you mentioned you think landfall decks are a very strong archetype, and it got me wondering if my Necrobloom deck is in the right bracket. I want it to be a strong bracket 3 deck without going too far into bracket 4. I built the deck with only 3 game changers so it can meet the technical specs for a 3. The deck isn't fast, but has more of an inevitable feel to it as it gets into later turns and you accumulate both lands and value.
I like that.
The intended bracket here is 3. That's what the Who submitted it as. And the goal is to play lands and amass value with lots of land synergies and token creation. Win on later turns by swarming opponents with your token army.
Wow. Nice.
Sounds like a land deck.
Definitely a lands deck. And I'll say the rating now is a 3 because this is one of Wizards of the Coast's favorite archetypes to build. You'll never be pushed
Straight to the technical rating. This is a 3.
Yeah.
I agree with you, though. The technical rating of this is a 3.
Yeah, because, this is their baby. This is one of those things that are uninteractable. Some of the downsides of it, I guess, would be like you have to do it on your turn. There's not like something you could do on other people's turns. It's like as consistent or, there's not like, to my degree, I hope not. There's not. But, there's land. I guess you could make lander tokens and do something like that. Play lands on other people's turns.
Is it exploration or burgeoning where you can put a land on the battlefield during other people's turns if they play a land or something like that? Yeah.
So there's some cons to it, but
yeah. I put in here, I know the Who used this in his story when he said inevitable fill. But I also just put a note. I just said, landfall does equal inevitable.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah. And I think, because it kind of restricts you, I think, like the archetype restricts you a lot to, having to look at your mana base, like what's the best thing that's going to get me landfall triggers?
Yep.
What are those cards? And I think I'm looking at it, I think he's proxying for the most part some of the lands. That
he doesn't mention if he proxies or not. I will say I have the same question. I said, is this a proxy deck? Because the land base is pretty damn perfect.
Yeah, and it's like, it's insane. There's, it's hard enough to say like, with expiration out, the most amount of lands I could get out, let's say with this deck is maybe 3 per turn, right?
Yeah.
On paper.
Right.
On paper. Not to account for the fact that I could also...
Fetch lands.
Fetch a land, sack a land, find another land. And that's, that could easily get up to 6 or 7 triggers in one turn.
Yeah,
and that's just triggers that we were worried about. Not also the fact that you played 6 lands and your 6 lands had a mana value to everybody.
Again, I do wonder if this is a proxy deck because again, it has all the like fetches you need. It has the OG duels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had perfect land base. This could be someone's pet deck.
Yeah, I was thinking that
for many years. They've just been collecting.
There could be somebody who really just like got the cards, and they do proxy. Or
there's someone that's like the Necrobloom is my baby.
It's the only one I have. I have Bayou and
They show up to a table. They're like, "Hey, what you got?" The Necrobloom
dressed up. The hell? Oh no! And that's cool if you do. Honestly, I'd love to play against somebody.
If you're cosplaying as the Necrobloom, I would play with them.
Should we dress up as our commander one night, fool? Like the commander.
Moving on.
I'll be Ishin, fool. I'll be Ishin.
Oh god, I'll be Gearson. Oh, and I started blasting.
That'd be so good.
Whoa.
No, but I think with what you said, inevitable. I think that's a good word for it. I think it gets to a point where you're so over the hedge that it's not like you're waiting for that one big thing to happen. You've accumulated so much mana over time, and
over the course of 5, 6, 7 turns, you don't really notice it because it doesn't seem like super crazy each turn it's happening.
Exactly.
But when you get to turn 7 and 8, and you look at their mana, you look at their lands, and you're like, "Did I miss a land drop?" You think you missed 1 or 2 land drops, and you realize, "Oh no, this is just Abzan and Abzan gaining resources." An Abzan lands deck. Gaining these resources over time, and now it's turn 8, and you're like, like even if I interact with
16 lands, buddy,
I can interact with your board state, I can destroy something, I can kill all your creatures. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it gets to a point where the value is so big that it's like a mountain on their turn. No matter what you do on your turn, it's gonna be pale in comparison.
Yeah, because then it gets to their turn, they're like, I'm gonna do this, and then that, and I'm gonna dredge, and I'm gonna play this, my 3rd land, and I'm gonna tap this,
and it calls to like very specific like board wipes too. Like it's another one of those things where you have to look at your interaction different now too. You have to maybe not return everything to their hand anymore. You have to look to destroy everything. So
then you reload their hand.
Yeah, and then if you're looking to destroy everything, what are you like? What's the mana value of everything you got to kill? What's the protections that they have?
Oh, and then what do you destroy? Because let's say they have a Zusa, and then they have some other thing. Let's say they have a Zusa and what's something else that lets you play an extra land? Some other card lets you play an extra land. Exploration. It's like, what do you kill? Because you kill the exploration, they still have a Zusa. If you kill Zusa, they still have exploration. They're still going to get away.
Yeah.
And these don't generally tend to be the cards we want to use our removal on.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's actually a wonderful point that you bring up, because it's like very small little fun 1 mana, 2 mana things sometimes, 3 mana. Maybe they got away with it for a little bit, but they still. It's not like you destroyed it, all that stopped.
So do you think that's a problem when the masses in the community that maybe we're just undermining the value of those little cards?
Oh, 100%. That's what Zozo's built to like, built to stand about. You know what I mean? It's just, I made that deck playing against one of my buddies. He has like sort of a not landfall deck, but he just pulls out a lot of lands in his green deck. It's the turtle deck. It's like a Archipelagos. Yeah, he's like a turtle deck. His deck is super cool. It's super fun. All of his decks are sick. But it was one of those things where like, it's literally what the commander is. It's a turtle. It's slow, but it's steady. So we let it go off for a little bit. Our stuff's entering tapped. His stuff's not. He's playing lands that are entering untapped on his turn.
Oh, that's what that turtle does, right?
Yeah, he's playing lands
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Enter untapped on his turn. And then on our turn, all of our stuff. I was like, oh. Wait.
You don't notice it until...
you don't notice it until now. I'm like, damn, I've been slowed down this whole time. Not only... I guess my mana base is on point, but...
But you still feel slowed down every turn?
I'm slowed down because I haven't been able to use that resource, and he has. And it's very... I was like, wow, we need to do something about this.
I also put in here, because the Who said I want it to be a strong bracket 3 deck without going too far in bracket 4. And I don't know if you agree with this, but I said that it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault, man.
It's honestly just the nature of landfall strategies and the fact that Wizards has printed so much support.
They've brought so much redundancy to landfall, man. It's like...
It's too easy.
It's too easy to get into. It's too easy to fall into,
the landfall trap.
6% of your deck is, play extra turn or play extra lands. 6% of your deck is get something from out the graveyard if you're running black, And
they all synergize so well together.
Yes, and then you have an array of just landfall things that you can just play. And then you have some recursion in any color, right? Green, you can protect yourself with all your, whatever thing that you need as a good way to protect like your creatures if you need it. And then your other colors just support that so much. So
is it not their fault, or is it actually their fault?
No, it's not their fault. It's not their fault at all.
I think it's their fault. No, it's not their fault. I'm kidding.
It's not their fault. It's
not your fault.
It's not your fault that it's so strong, but it is. Yeah, it's not your fault because, like I said, I think lands, they just overlooked it completely. I don't think that people consider that. I think most people go and playing commander games thinking that the land base is like perfect for whatever deck they're playing against. Right. Oftentimes it's not, at least in mine. In my experience, like you don't often have like a perfect land base for whatever deck you're running. I mean, and perfect meaning the top of the top.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one of those, like what we were saying earlier, that's one of the small advantages that you don't notice that get you like very over the head very fast.
It builds up.
So
I think we're in agreement that technical rating is 3 on this one. Landfall is going to do that to you. I think it's hard to not be at least in a 3 when it comes to landfall. Let's move into the performance rating. So this is where we can really start talking more. We can start focusing more on the deck and the cards in the deck and how this deck is. One of the things I want to bring up real quick, I don't know if you saw, this deck has an aura shards.
Yeah, man. Yeah, aura shards. Honestly, respectable game changer.
I wrote gulp.
Yeah, very gulp. Like, very gulp. I mean, we look at the commander, right, and we're also playing commander. So eventually, that 7 land minimum is going to happen.
Well, even if he doesn't have the 7 lands, he still makes a token no matter what.
Exactly.
It's just whether you make a 0/2 or a 2/2.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, let's say you're playing 3 lands a turn. It's like boom, 1, 2, 3. You're going to get 3 tokens a turn. You're going to destroy 3 artifacts, enchantments in those turns.
It speaks to somebody like your strategy when you look at like all the available game changers in those colors, and like the advantage you could gain. Right, like you could choose. What's a good one in white? Like the
Well, he doesn't have them, but yeah, I would expect when I see white to see Smothering Tithe or Teferi's Protection.
Exactly, Teferi's Protection. It really speaks to what your deck wants to do when you look at Aura Shards. You're like, oh yeah,
that's going
to be in the deck because every time something comes in, I know I'm gonna be playing some lands. I just want to point at something and be like, all right, get out of here.
That's gone.
That's gone. That's gone. That's gone.
Dude, it's such a mean card, dude.
Respectable. You know, honestly, I gotta respect that you put Aura Shards in there. It's one of those under the key, people don't realize how strong it really is because you don't.
I think it's a game changer for a reason.
It is a game changer.
It's a game changer. I see that card hit the board and I know immediately.
I guess it's not like as appealing as some of the other
ones.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those that's like, okay, if I'm looking at building my deck, it's a longer style game.
Yeah, well, it is also a multicolor card, so it only goes in green white,
Mm-hmm.
and it needs to be in a green white deck that does what this deck's doing, right?
Exactly. So it's a nice you could tell that this deck builder is
definitely took that in mind and applied it.
Definitely took that in mind. It was like, all right, out of these, I'm picking Aura Shards.
And the other two game changers chosen were Glacial Chasm and Field of the Dead, right? Which are 2 lands. So I respect that too. I like that because it's it's a lands deck. You're going the land strategy, even with the game changers. These are powerful lands, as we all know. I still think Smothering Tithe and Teferi's Protection would probably make it even more powerful. We all know how we feel, especially how you feel about Smothering Tithe.
Don't get me started, man.
On that one.
And that's part of it though. You hit it right on the noise. Is like why those 2 lands being the game changers that you choose. Obviously. All of it works perfect with his commander. I think the deck building style, it works perfect for those, and I just respect it just out of that. Even though arguably you might look at those and judge maybe I want the protection over one, but yeah, those are respectable game changers for this.
While we're on performance rating, can we talk about Necrobloom himself?
Yeah,
by himself, just this card by itself is, I think, unassumingly, and I don't think many people see this. And probably, if you have a Necrobloom player or Necrobloom, in your pod, I just want to point this out. This card is just an engine. Yeah, just by himself, a complete engine. He does everything.
Yeah, he walks on the field and he's doing his thing.
He's got create tokens when a land enters the battlefield. He's got it doesn't say draw a card, but when you're returning a land from your graveyard to your hand, that is basically drawing a card. And not to mention, when you do that process, you are ensuring you have a land drop to trigger the landfall ability, and you're milling yourself 2 cards when you do the dredge. Yeah, by itself, as long as you have a land, by itself, it's doing everything you need it to do. Yeah. And then you're in these type of decks, you're running probably 40 plus lands to ensure you get that off. It's super easy.
Yeah, It's one of those commanders that come onto the battlefield that say some text okay, the lands, how much of that? There's only 30 in the deck, 40 in the deck, whatever. He won't be able to touch them all, right? And then they start, milling. It's like I said, it's one of those decks that you looking at a graveyard interaction now in your deck. Yeah. You look at some land interaction now in your deck because of a deck like this,
And this deck's doing everything that Abzan is wanting to do, right? The green white, which I would argue 2 most powerful colors in Commander, green then white, is my opinion. You have both those colors here involved, which is really good with lands and tokens and all that stuff. And then now we're adding black to it, which is now you get the graveyard interaction. Yeah. That makes it even more powerful. And Necrobloom himself is just doing all of it. It's making tokens. It's getting you draw. It's getting you lands. It's filling your graveyard.
Yeah, and it's interesting. One thing about this deck is they could have gone with the black any way with that, any flavor of that, right?
Yeah.
They chose to go with some of the graveyard stuff in the mill, but very easily, there's a lot of landfall triggers are create a token. There's a lot of that. He very easily could have gone aristocrat style and.
Draining people.
Start draining things, so there's some creativity, there's some variability within these things, but I think that's not inherent of it's a landfall deck. I think that's just inherent of I'm playing so much lands that I go, I could play anything at this point. So it's interesting that they went in that way, full on graveyard stuff. So
something else to mention here before we give the performance rating is, have you heard of the card Constant Mists?
No, I know we talked about it slightly, but
dude, this card's insane. He is running Constant Mists, and I think I used to play it back in the day. I guess I should go ahead and mention this.
Explain what it does.
I used to have a landfall deck. I used to have a lands deck. It was a It was a combo Semic lands deck with AC, Tyrant of Gyre Straits, I think is the name of it, is the commander. It allowed you to play an extra land per turn, and every time you played anytime you played a land, you draw a card.
Okay.
So I was doing the two things you'd like to do in Commander more than anything, multiple times a turn, playing multiple lands, drawing multiple cards.
Yeah.
It was so easy. It's just the amount of value I would gain, so easy, it was so fast. It was a combo deck. It used to be a Tatiova deck, turned into AC. They did the same thing pretty much. I got bored of it.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's too easy. It's too much. It does a lot. My turns would take forever.
And that's interesting you say that because you guys always have been proxying too, right? So,
Yeah.
So you were playing this at a time where assumably everybody else is proxying some good heat, right?
This was before bracket, so we were definitely like in bracket
Rec
4.
4.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, you guys were up in the oven.
We were up there, yeah.
So it's
It was
interesting that
nasty.
even like you as a proxy player who has like played probably, and all the whole group was playing against tons of the higher level stuff,
Yeah.
probably by unintentionally or not. Even the landfall deck was like, all right, guys,
Like, chill, this is too much, man.
okay. And it was keeping up, in a sense,
Yeah.
So that's, I think that speaks to how powerful landfall,
Yeah.
and some of the triggers around that are.
I think you're gonna say that speaks to how good,
How good of a
how great of a person I am for giving it up and not playing it
Oh
anymore.
yeah, wonderful for you for putting down the machete, man.
Don't
kill any more of us.
Off my high horse, I did put it down after that deck.
Yeah.
And I will say, ever since, I've just not really been a lands player.
So now you're more dedicated, or you're more like you're more of the person than ever to say how powerful it is, right?
Well, back to Constant Mists, and the reason why I brought that
Yes.
up and had that side note is I used to run Constant Mists in that deck, and it was basically I'm going to win the game eventually because I have this card. And what it does is it's a 2-mana instant, 1 and a green. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. Not yet, not done. Has buyback, sacrifice a land. So here's what's happening, right? You 2 mana, you play this, you stop all combat damage for the turn. You sacrifice a land to put it back in your hand, right? And you can do that every time for as much as you have 2 mana to do that every time, right?
Right.
Now think about this in the Necrobloom deck. You're filling up your graveyard by sacrificing the land. When you fill up your graveyard, think about what Necrobloom does. Now you've turned on your Dredge 2. You Dredge 2 when you get to your turn because you have lands in your graveyard, right? And you're probably playing, not probably, they are playing Crucible of Worlds, Conduit, all that to play lands out of the graveyard, right? And then you're keeping this in your hand the whole time. There's strategies for when you do sacrifice lands involved.
Yeah.
Sacrificing the land means absolutely nothing to you because you played 3 or 4 lands last turn anyways.
This is now a spell that you could just cast forever, it sounds like.
And if we're being honest, all 3 players don't. It doesn't tend to be that all 3 players have a major combative force to really swing and kill you. It's usually like 1 or 2 people you're like really worried about. So it's like I'm gonna save my constant, Dry Fishy has 2 creatures. I'm gonna lit those. If he swings at me, cool. I'll let that slide, right?
Yeah.
Depends on how much mana I have, right? But if let's say I only have 4 mana open and I need to save it for 2 players, I can easily just be like, all right, those are the 2 I'm most worried about, right? It's like I'll save it for those. And yeah, generally when I see this card, especially when I played it back in the day in my AC deck, and when I see it in the Necroloom deck, I immediately start thinking a little more like this might need to be a card you remove. If you wanted to be truly,
Really?
it's
That's
so
strong, huh?
dude. When I see this card cast, I just think about what bracket 3 does.
Yeah.
Probably some of the most popular ways to win in bracket 3 games is through combat damage. Is through creatures doing something, right?
Yeah.
Sure, there could be combos. Sure, there could be life drain. Sure, all those things can exist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a very popular thing to have creatures deal damage be the way you end the game.
Yeah.
And now you're showing Constant Mists, and all I can think of is, please, where's the blue player that can counter this thing and get it out of here?
Yeah, it's and again, it's a resource that you can't really interact with besides obviously if you're blue, like you mentioned, counter spelling it outright. Maybe if you're black, you discard it from the hand, Thoughtseize or something. But again, it's something that at that point you've let it go for too long. If you maybe you've been at a point where okay, they're cycling some lands, they can bring stuff out their graveyard. I'm not too. They're dreading a couple things. Okay, it's not the end of the world. But now I'm seeing a constant way for them not to take any combat.
Constant?
Yeah,
Constant Mists?
constant. it's one of those like best of the archetype kind of things.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's what's protected by wizard, baby. You know,
it's like even if you wipe the board and you're the last one with a creature and you think you're gonna swing through and kill the land player, he's just gonna constant miss until he can eventually build up his board state, and it's gonna be fine. He can play so many lands per turn. He'll get it back out. He's already got like 16 lands on the battlefield.
Oh yeah. It's the value's already there. That once you're in late game, it's kind of just a waiting.
You know what it is?
What?
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It's just
it's inevitable.
Oh man.
So do we answer this question? I think I could be high 3, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to bring it lower than 3, though.
Yeah, I think landfall just innately. Personally, I just don't know if you can build a true bracket 2 landfall deck unless you. Maybe you can get away with it. I'm not sure, but I don't know. And then we'll get a performance rating in a second. Dude, one more card.
Yes.
How do you feel about these cards?
Yeah,
okay, especially in a lands deck.
Yeah.
Okay. The X spell cards, kind of like Debt to Deathless.
Oh,
you have Debt to the Deathless. You have Exsanguinate. You have Torment of Hellfire.
Yeah.
Now we'll say when you look at this guy's deck list, when you look at the Who's deck list, he's not running Torment of Hellfire. He's not running Exsanguinate. He is running Debt to the Deathless.
Yeah.
And I just want to. I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is rude. I don't want to be rude.
No. I think I don't think you'll be rude. I feel like I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking right now.
Is this cheesy? Is this boring? Is this?
Yeah. Short answer, yeah. I mean, and that's what I think. That's what I think. Like, is because of the box that Landfall puts you in. That it's kind of like, I'm building a Landfall deck. The engine is so fine and tuned. Like, let me just slot in a WinCon. That's what this feels like. Like, okay, WinCon, this one. You know, like it feels like there's no like afterthought. There's no like beauty or there's no like kind of finesse with the deck. It's just like because you've played a bunch of lands.
And I don't know if you noticed, but you had mentioned how you liked the tagging that he did in the Archidec.
Mm-hmm.
This one was tagged under life gain, which I totally get because let me be honest about something. Life gain in Commander is so underrated. It's so good. It's so powerful.
It is.
This Debt to the Deathless, just real quick for our Spotify listeners. This is a 2 white, 2 black X sorcery. Each opponent loses 2 times X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So let's say you just put 4 into this, right? So you're paying a total of 8 mana. Very plausible to do for a lands deck. We know that.
Yeah, ultimate.
Right. You're now going to do 8 damage to each opponent because it's 2 times, and you're now going to gain 24 life. Imagine a board wipe just hit the board. Okay, you have no creatures, right? Nothing. Everyone's starting blank 0. This player is the next person to go in turn order. They all of a sudden are 24. Actually, it's more than 24 life ahead of you. Right? They gained 24, but they also took 8 away from you.
Yep.
Right. That the disparity there, the difference there, the amount of like my morale just shot down and left, dude. And I feel like, oh, what do I do? And then it gets in my head, and I don't know if it should get in my head. That's why I'm trying to look to you for validation. But is it cheesy? It's not very synergistic. It just doesn't feel.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro. I think it's like one of those like when you're playing against the land deck, it's one of those things that you come to those moments, right? You come to those moments where like you said, the feel is gone. Yeah. Now I feel like everybody got a clean.
Your hope still.
Yeah, your hopeful, and then you look over, you're like, oh, wait a second. Damn. Guys, what turn are we on? He has like 16 lands? Wait. He can play those from the graveyard? Wait a second. And it's like he's about to tap all of them right now while we all just like played our turns.
Did you just say X is 10? That's more mana than I have on the battlefield.
Yeah, what do you mean? Wait.
You're telling me when it has double white, double black, X equals 10, and that X cost is already more than any of the number of lands the total number of lands I have.
It's one of those things where it just smacks out of nowhere, right? There's no setup for those kind of cards. Like it just you have a bunch of mana, you gotta expect it, I guess, kind of thing. But it's a boring. I think it's a pretty boring piece. I'll say it's not my favorite. It's obviously strong. It's one of the best things to dump all your mana into. Like a good way to end the game too, I think. But
I guess I was gonna say maybe it's in here because you're like, I want to end the game, and I'm not against that. I know it's important to end games. I tend to be a big proponent of like ending the games in a synergistic, fun, kind of non-anticlimactic way. And I think what I want to see here, and I'm not going to take credit for this idea. You had told me about this before the pod, but what if I want to just use your idea? What if he did just, instead of running that for his life gain and for his win con, maybe, abuse the tokens he creates off of Necroloom a little bit more, and maybe throw in a few aristocrat style cards.
Yeah.
Because that can still give you the life gain / drain, and you do it over time, and you still gain value. And sure, it's not the one shot thing, but at least it's telegraphed, and at least we understand what's happening, right? It's not out of nowhere, and it feels like it fits way more, way better, way more synergistically with the deck, because your commander is making the tokens, which you can then abuse and do things with.
Yeah, I think it's giving you the fodder, right? That's the fun thing about, I think, these land decks too, is that they fall into those token generators a lot too. So it's like you can do anything with the fodder that comes out of there. So I think dedicating a couple cards to that, maybe like one thing too, I think people are guilty of, maybe not guilty of, maybe they're probably pretty good about, but it's kind of not like having a super great sub theme in their deck.
Yeah.
I'm not super great about it. It turns out not to be like a great thing to have in your deck, right? But sometimes, it's nice if you want to slow down your deck to put a little bit of a, not just land wrap. Maybe I'm looking for aristocrats too inside this. Maybe add a little bit extra.
I mean, he does have, I don't know if you know this card, Omnixilus the Fallen. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, you may have target player lose 3 life. If you do put 3+1/+1 counters on Omnixilus, but the whole lose 3 life thing. Yeah. Doesn't gain him life, but still every time a land enters, it's like...
It's something happening. Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah, exactly. There's some payoff there.
It's like, oof. Yeah, I would say, chat, if you're looking... And this is nothing against you, the Who. I think you built a phenomenal deck with the comment that I'm about to give you. But this is definitely the most cookie cutter perfection of these are the cards I would expect to see in an Abzan lands deck. Yeah. Maybe the Debts of Deathless is a little, whatever. But still, every other card in here is oh yeah, these are the cards you expect to see in all decks that have anything to do with lands.
Yeah. I think you said cookie cutter kind of earlier. I think that's not a bad thing to say about it. I think it has a lot of what you expect for landfalls, a lot of the crazy stuff. The payoff is whatever to us, but it's makes sense, right? There's so much land, you just dump it into something eventually.
Yeah. No, I think it's kind of easy to find the right cards to put in a landfall deck since they're so heavily printed.
Exactly, and they're always going to be there. They're always going to make more. Like I said, we're just going to see more support. I think we talked about it already, but the last 3 sets we've seen some type of landfall trigger.
No more Skew Swarms though.
No more Skew Swarms. Yeah, no more Skew Swarms.
Oh, he's got Skew Swarm in here. That card is just so.
Yeah.
Another card just feels so inevitable. Everyone kill the Skew Swarm now.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and you just feel there's just so many things. It's do I kill the Skew Swarm or do I kill the thing that's giving him all the lands? Do I kill the commander?
Yeah. And then you look at the land base too. I mean, I don't know I know we touched on it earlier, but we're talking, some of the high the dual lands, like we mentioned, the scrub lands. I mean, there's combos in there that are uninteractable.
Yeah.
Right. There's certain things that you just can't react to with those lands. It's playing 2 lands per turn. Those that easily turns huge.
I'm so glad you said it, but the whole constant miss thing, I just realized it's in here twice technically, because you have the constant miss, which does the nasty stopping all combat damage and whatever, right? Feels inevitable, you just can never beat it. But I forgot he's running Glacial Chasm.
Yep.
With Glacial Chasm, you just get to a point where you sacrifice it on your turn so that you can swing with all your creatures, do damage to everyone. You have all the things that allow you to play land cards out of the graveyard, or Decker Bloom himself, which can dredge it to your hand. Yep. You get the Glacial Chasm in your hand, and then after your combat phase, I'm going to play Glacial Chasm as one of my lands for turn, and now no one else can attack.
Yeah,
until you find a way to destroy that land. And you said it earlier, but we only dedicate maybe 1% of our deck
to any type of land
to get rid of a land.
Yeah, and then graveyard, and then I'm sure he has a way to get him back in a sense, unless you exile it, right? But
this has got tons of ways to get it back. So let's go to the performance rating then. Now that we've talked about it, technical rating was 3. For the performance rating, I'm gonna count us down, and then I want you say the number for the bracket you think it's in, and I'll say the number for the bracket I think it's in.
Okay,
and we'll see if we match.
All right, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1,
4.
3.
Ooh.
Oh, Damn.
Damn.
So we are in disagreement here. You just don't like lands decks, huh?
I'm trying to take a stand here, man. I'm trying to take a stand here. If we want to shift the culture, we need to call out the lands players. If we
You just want to play that Zozu deck?
If we want to see the shift, we need to really start looking at these like, okay, the value you get from this is insane. There is cons to it, right? It has to be on your turn. You have to get a couple pieces out. You have to have like maybe playing lands by themselves isn't inherently value, but
if I want to see the change, I need to be the change.
Exactly, you need to be the change. So I'm not letting you get the pass here, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Sorry. So I did that wrong. The performance rating, I gave a 3, you gave a 4. I kind of messed it up there a little bit there. Next would be the official Beyond the Sevens bracket stamp of approval. What I would count us down, you would say the 4 and 3. But that's okay. We kind of gave it away. Usually, what we do, the last time we had a disagreement, I went first and I made the official executive decision of what we're gonna give it. So technically, it would be Jordan's turn. Jordan's not here, as we're all aware. You are the guest on today's show, so I will give you the executive decision here.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're giving it the official bracket stamp of 4.
Yeah, you're getting stamp, man. 4. You got to make examples sometimes. When you got to change something in the justice system, you got to make an example out of somebody. So, let this be a beginning to a bigger conversation. And we'll redeem you later, hopefully. But
the Who, are you ready?
Judicus Bracketorum.
Whoa! Hey. And the Who, you see it here, you hear it here. You have been deemed a conniving warlock.
Yes. Welcome to this side,
Welcome to the club, he says.
Welcome to the club, man. Thank you, man. We needed a conniving warlock. Welcome to this side.
Listen, I wanted to give you Honest Wizard. This guy, it's not your fault. Remember, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault, but it is your fault.
But it is. The Who. Listen, it's hard, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to define lands decks. I don't know how we move forward with it. I don't know if Wizards even has a solution in play. I've been begging for a couple of years now for them to come out with more hate cards that say things like, if a player were to play a second or third land beyond the first land they play in a turn, like do XYZ type things. We see that in draw hate type cards. Give me land hate type cards like that too.
Yeah. If at that point too, then the other option would be finding more ways to add land ramp into
the other colors.
Whether that be more colorless staples. It gets harder, because obviously that could go back into those land ramp decks too. But maybe something more supportive for the other colors, right?
Well, let's talk about this might be new to you because I don't know if you've seen the latest episode where we do this, but we started doing what's called framing the rule 0.
Okay.
And so what we do here is at the very end of analyzing a deck, we like to frame what we think the rule 0 for the Who should be if you were to go and try to play this at a LGS.
Okay.
So
what he would say kind of thing.
Yeah, what were some things you might say for this one? What do you think is important for the Who to mention when he sits down at a table for this deck?
Honestly, yeah, you have to outright mention that it's landfall.
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing. I think
they probably get that from seeing Necro Bloom.
Right. They see it. I think another big thing for at least what I want to know is that I would love to hear like my mana base is perfect.
Oh, that's a big
I'd love to hear like my mana base is the best thing that this deck needs. Obviously,
because then MDSCs, fetch lands, duels, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's some of the things I'd want to hear. Specific card wise, it's kind of hard for me to think about what to choose there. Obviously, I can't choose like how many more expirations or multi-card, but I think that card you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, actually, I put that here. I think I'm with you. I think the mentioning of the perfect land base is probably good to do in your Rule 0, the Who, and then maybe mentioning constant mists.
Yeah, constant mist seems like a constant problem.
Hey,
look.
Maybe even Glacial Chasm, since it kind of does the same thing.
Yeah, Glacial Chasm is interesting. That card I never really understand until like I guess it comes into one of those decks. It's
yes,
like, wow, that is
it can
powerful.
be super powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also put it might be worth mentioning the aura shards because some people may not be prepared for aura shards to hit the board.
Yeah. I mean, that, like I said, it's not as sexy as some of the other ones, but it is like, oh, okay.
But
Like,
it still hits the board, and I'm like,
oh, aura shard.
My soul ring?
You look at everything on your field, like all the non-creatures. You're like, okay.
Dude, as soon as R starts hits the board, you know all three other players immediately look at their board and go, oh no.
He's going to choose that one. Like, you choose out the one he's going to pick for you.
Fuck,
dude. My gosh, man.
Wow. So, yeah, just, the who, maybe keep those things in mind next time you go to your LGS and give those notes to some of your players.
Yeah.
Oh, first deck's over, huh? You feel good after the first one?
I feel good, man. How do you feel?
That was the Lambs deck. We had to give that one to you.
Yeah, you had to, man. I think that was like fine tuned for me right there. You know how I felt about it, man. Cause look, these landfall decks, man. You know how they stress me out, bro.
I got a secret, bro.
What's the secret? Don't you mean another secret?
Oh, this is so funny, dude. All right, bro. Let me just say, you know the who.
The who?
You know who the who is.
Bro, who's the who? No, I don't know who the who is, bro.
Dude.
Is somebody we play with?
Yes, Necrobloom, bro.
Necrobloom. Who plays Necrobloom? Is it Hunter?
No, dude. Jordan.
Is it Jordan?
Jordan plays Necrobloom. This is Jordan's Necrobloom deck, bro.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We talked about it earlier this week. I said, hey, Dryfish is going to be on the pod. I was like, let's get Necrobloom on there. And Jordan was like, 100%.
That's hilarious. Holy cow.
Got you with that one, huh?
Bro, Jordan. I take it back.
And you said I want to be a deck builder like him.
I keep that in. Keep that in. The way he built his deck on Arc, I like those labels.
You like the way
I like that.
Yeah,
I need to start doing that more. Man, this is good, bro. Play this every time, bro. You good. Jordan's my boy, man. Jordan's my boy.
No, don't
play it every time I get Slaytyr in the number, bro.
Moving on to Rule 0 for deck number 2.
Let's go.
So we've got, this time, coming from BP for real. The commander here is, you ready for this one?
Real.
You ready for this one? Light Paws, Emperor's Voice.
Yes. I made this deck before.
If I remember correctly, I was going to say you have had this deck before.
I've made this deck before, man. I've played these games before.
I've played these games
before.
So let's read Light Paws. So Light Paws, Emperor's Voice, 2 mana. It's 1 generic, 1 white, 2/2, legendary creature, Fox Advisor. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura and with a different name than each aura you control. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light Paws, Emperor's Voice, then shuffle. So since you've had this, go ahead and share. What are some initial thoughts about this commander?
Voltron, man. Actually, another one of Wizards of the Coast's favorite archetypes, I think.
I think they tend to like some Voltron.
Yeah, and I think it gets wide. It's this one isn't. It's kind of narrow in the fact that it's auras, right? But
right.
I don't think that narrowness really shuts it down at any moment. I think there's just as much, even in just white.
Yeah,
we've seen a lot though. A lot of precons kind of related to.
Yeah, I just played against one the other day. The Cloud X Soldier is kind of like a Voltron style deck. For our listeners or anyone that's new, if you don't know what Voltron is, let's talk about what Voltron does.
About Voltron.
So the Voltron style is basically, long story short, you are focused on one creature. It generally tends to be your commander. And that one creature, you just buff it with a lot of enchantment auras or equipments or just whatever you can. In the way you can, you buff this creature in order to take out your opponents. Now, we usually see Voltron with commanders, and I just want to mention that commanders, you can die in a commander game if you receive 21 combat damage by a commander. Yeah. And the reason why I want to say combat damage is very important is back in the day when we were still brand new, and I mean a long time ago, Jordan and I for sure, used to have this Kumano, I don't remember the full name. It was Kumano something. It was a mono red deck. where it could ping opponents for 1 damage. And it said like in the wording, like Kumano does 1 damage, blah, 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 right? So we thought it was, if he does 21 damage with this ability, we're dead, right? Well, we learned that that was not how that works. We quickly had to switch that up. The 21 damage has to be dealt via combat.
Yeah, has to be dealt via combat. That creature's got to swing and connect. Got to swing and connect. For that combat damage to happen.
And that's basically Voltron.
Yeah. Voltron is something, like I said earlier. I keep harping on it. It's heavily supported. There's a lot of, you can build it different ways. Artifact equipment's always going to be there. Auras are always going to be there. I'd argue even like some cantrips that you cast are pretty strong.
I think of like Feather. Feather's a great example of the cantrip one.
Even bulk up can be a very big one that just kind of finishes things. So that being said, it's heavily supported. Not as strong as I think some of the other archetypes are. I think it has a glaring weakness, right? Yeah. Glaring weaknesses is that usually it's like you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Yep. You got one creature that you're loading it up in, and it's swinging out.
And remember, you're going against 3 other players. If any of those 3 other players can find a way to get rid of your 1 Voltron commander, you kind of fall behind really hard. Yeah, that being said, it's some built-in things, but it still can get very strong. It's something that can knock out a player 1 turn kind of thing. So out of nowhere too, man. It's just like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Whoa,
wait a second.
Calm
down.
Yeah.
It's very fun too. I think I playing bracket 3 or bracket 2. I tend to fall into a lot of these like Voltron-y kind of things happen. Right. Sometimes it just falls into like, you've just been swinging a lot with your commander. Your commander's just connecting for a while. Sometimes you're building into it otherwise, but having played a Light Paws deck, it's definitely one of the more consistent. And I'll say too, just a little bit of background. I started playing Magic: The Gathering from the set of Neon Dynasty. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
Oh, is that when Light Paws came out?
Yeah, that was Light Paws. That's where I got Ishin from.
Sator.
Yeah, Sator.
You got all your commanders from that set.
Yeah, so I played a lot. The main focus there was combat damage, right? So there was a lot of combat that they like focused on. That. So I was happy to play in that set, learn in that set. So I remember opening Light Paws and being like, kind of whatever about it. I was kind of new to it. I didn't think the effect was super crazy.
Right.
But then, my buddy Ryan came by, kind of showed me the card, and, Ryan's brain, he looked at the card 1 second. He was like, wait a second, this could be strong, bro.
What can we do with this?
And then I took another look at it like, whoa, yeah, actually, you're right. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. So I checked it out. And, for this set, like for this deck, there's a lot of cheap auras that you could get. They're very like not super crazy. Like, you don't have to pay so much for some of these auras. Yeah. And it's pretty fast to build, and it's pretty consistent.
Yeah. So BP for real, Light Paws was the commander. Here's the story. He says, I recently joined a play group who likes to play in bracket level 3. The only problem is that I think this deck is considered bracket 4. I was trying to convert it to a bracket 3 deck, but I'm finding it difficult to do based upon Light Paws' low mana cost and built-in search ability. It comes down super fast and can consistently find the right pieces to protect itself and adapt to each game. My playgroup has said that they feel like if they don't kill Light Paws the turn it comes in, that they don't get another chance to destroy it and the deck snowballs. I agree with that. I love this deck and the concept behind it, so I don't want to scrap it for another commander. My question is, can Light Paws be a bracket 3 deck? Or will its strong ability and low mana cost always land it in bracket 4? If you think this deck can fall into bracket 3, what card swaps would you suggest to make it fair and fun in a bracket 3 game? My playgroup does proxy. So he does tell us the playgroup proxies. The intended bracket that BP Frill gave this deck was 4. And then the goal of the deck, he says the deck is a Voltron Light Paws build, so there's that Voltron word. Says play Light Paws early, use flash enchantments to enchant Light Paws, and search your deck toolbox style for protection pieces as opponents try to remove your Fox and fizzle/negate the removal spells. Mask of Law and Grace and Shield of Duty and Reason are go-to protection pieces, as they only cost a single mana and can be searched with any enchantment we play onto Light Paws. Once Light Paws is thoroughly protected, use cards like All That Glitters and Ethereal Armor to make it big and begin eliminating opponents with commander damage.
Oh, yeah.
With the suite of enchantments in the deck, there is almost an answer for any situation you find yourself in.
Yeah. Yeah. Sick.
There's our story.
There's our story, man. I think, I mean, it's strong. You mentioned its play group feels it's strong.
Yeah.
I think we go down the list, I guess. Like,
let me answer this question first. Bracket 3. Well, let me not give away a number here. Do you think, okay, and you played this deck so you would know better than me. Do you think that there is a bracket minimum to a commander like Light Paws who has a built-in tutor on him? He's basically a tutor on a stick for your commander for 2 mana in your command zone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
Does that limit the bracket level you can go down to for him?
I definitely think it does. Yeah, I'm 100% agreeing. I think you have to be a minimum with this Commander 3.
I think I agree.
You think you agree? Yeah, and I think my reasoning behind that is because it is a tutor ability, and it's different from other tutor abilities, right? It's not like something you cast once and it just happens one time. It goes to your graveyard.
Yeah, it's not like it goes to the top of your library. It's not like it goes to your hand. It's not like it goes directly onto Light Paws.
Onto Light Paws.
And there's no once per turn restriction on this either.
And it's not. And it's like something you just keep hitting the well on, right? Like, you played it turn 2, you're gonna hit off of it again. Maybe even between that time to turn 4, turn 5, right? It's very hard to bring it down. I think some of the only methods I would say to help bring it down, I guess, would be like to slow it down. Like maybe I saw a lot of his deck was like very fast, like some of these low mana enchantments.
So many 1 mana enchantments.
Yeah, and it's I think he has like 12.
It's very cost efficient.
12 or something cards he could play on turn 2 technically. So it's like it's one of those things where you're getting it out so fast. And you have so much reaction that you can bring out other protection for it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to push it further. And it's very easy to get it further into the higher level of bracket 3, I think.
Yeah.
So I think slowing it down would be kind of the only thing. And also, I mean, we see things like replenish on this list. You know, we see things like that land in there, Sarah's Sanctum.
I mean, we're talking, if y'all don't know, guys, these are expensive cards. Because remember, they do proxy.
Yes.
And I put a note in here, because on top of what you just said, like a minimum of 3 for this, just based off the commander itself, I put a note that says it's harder to lower your power level when you proxy. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. I think this is kind of like a sacrifice, I think, of being able to play whatever you want, but I think it kind of sacrifices a little bit of your creativity for decks.
Yeah.
I think oftentimes, like, when you're proxying, you're getting the most optimal, thing for your deck. Or for whatever you want your deck to do.
And it feels bad if you don't.
Yeah, and it feels bad if you don't choose like the best card for that, right? I think it's something that proxy, at least I've noticed in proxy players, also even myself just building that one proxy deck, it's like, why not pick the best, the best spirits, the best arcane spells ever created, the best, proxy cards or whatever I can get, 3 game changes that I love. It's kind of hard to settle yourself down from that point.
I agree. Then I think you already answered this question, but to answer your question, BP for real, can Light Paws be a bracket 3 deck? I think the answer is yes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
I think so. Do I think it's easily gonna be high powered and it's super easy to push into bracket 4? 100%.
Yeah. Yeah,
100%.
I mean it's super easy, and I mean if we look at this deck list, I think,
well, what do you think the technical rating is?
Oh man,
of this one?
Are we ready to go? This is not the countdown.
No, not the countdown one. This is just minimum ranking because of what it has. I don't know if you know this, so I probably should give you this clue or this tip. It does have 5 game changers in it.
Yeah. Oh, then 4. Come on, dude. Hold on. What the?
He said, wait a minute.
Wait 1 second. Hold on. Yeah, 5?
And not to mention the if we want to, real quick, I can tell you what those game changers are.
I mean, look, dude, I know you're in mono white and it's Voltron. Yeah, there's some downsides, right? But come on, dude, 5 of them, boy.
Teferi's Protection, Sarah's Sanctum,
Yep.
Chrome Mox, Smothering Tithe, and Enlightened Tutor.
Wow.
So those are the 5 that we're running. So yeah, the technical rating, I think we can both agree is a 4.
Yep.
Before we move, another things I noticed or noted for the technical rating, there are very few, but still they exist, 0 mana or mana rocks in the deck. There are some tutors even outside of the commander. Really good ones like Enlightened Tutor, like I mentioned. Open the Armory, I think it's called, and Still Shaper's Gift is the other one, right? So, and then there were a lot, and I mean a lot. You saw when you look at the deck too. There are a lot of super cheap, super efficient protection spells, which makes the deck hard to interact with. And we have previously on previous episodes kind of defined when you get into higher bracket levels, higher power levels, you're decreasing the amount of interactable thing or a lot of things you allow to be interacted with when it comes to your deck and what you're playing.
Yeah, so, outside of the stack, right? I think
right. Play. Yeah, so I think we can just go ahead and move to performance rating. We both agree that this is technically a 4. It's pretty easy. This is, now that we're in performance rating, this is where we could talk about the cards we see, how we can make sure we help BP for real get this to a bracket 3. Just point out some of the things I noticed, stuff like that. So should we try to help him?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's some, if he's looking to kind of slow down the game, I think there's obviously some good swaps he can make that.
So
pointed out.
Well, tell me how you think of this. So these are some things that I wanted to point out that are the most obvious things that would get you from 4 to 3. These are probably the first things you need to
get rid of the freaking game changes. Bro.
So let's go down to 3 game changes. That's my first bullet point. Speaking of, this would be a good question to ask you. Which 3 do you keep? You need me to read them again?
Yeah, one more time.
Teferi's Protection, Sarah's Sanctum, Chrome Mox, Smothering Tithe, and Enlightened Tutor.
Oof.
Not which one you keep. Which 2 do you get rid of?
Honestly, probably Enlightened Tutor for sure. I think Enlightened Tutor. One other one. I might get rid of the land.
Sarah's Sanctum?
Yeah, I might get rid of the land.
Yeah, so I'm in agreement with Enlightened Tutor. I would get rid of that. But I also have a bias against that. So BP for real, if you like tutors, whatever, do your thing. I don't like tutors personally, so I don't play tutors. So I would definitely get rid of the Enlightened Tutor. Plus, your commander does it for you already. Just
come on.
Just let your commander do it. You're already
so greedy, bro. What do you want to do, man? You want to play twice?
You have Still Shaper's Gift. You have Open the Armor. You have White Paws Emperor's Voice.
Come on, man.
So get rid of the Enlightened Tutor. So the Sarah Sanctum, I knew you'd probably pick that. I know it's an expensive card. It's a land card. We talk about how people having perfect land bases.
Those are some of the things that I think people don't understand, the pricing out of.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Of those. Yeah.
So,
but as a proxy player, I was okay with the Sarah Sanctum. I personally don't want to see the Chrome Mox.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Actually, I'm not as mad about it because it's mono white though.
The only thing that gets me with it is when we talk about bracket 4, that's when we tend to see those 0 cost rocks. Not to mention this is a 2 mana commander. So here's what I'm seeing. You're telling me that, and he's only running 3 of them. So you're telling me you're hoping you get one of these 3. You could play it turn 1 with a land, drop Emperor or drop Light Paws turn 1, begin your process turn 2. Let me tell you, it's already good enough and very strong. If you just follow with the basic play 1 land per turn, do it turn 2, and then turn 3 start dropping all the
I think if you follow it per curve, at least from my experience, that following it on the curve,
still hard to interact with.
It's just as hard to interact with. Yeah, you'll still be able to find those things at 2 mana as you did on turn 2. Because, like I said, I think, bracket level 2 and bracket level 3, it's more board advancement. And, you're not really, it's valid to react to something like that, right? And I think they probably do. There's times where you look at a certain thing that happens early and you're like, all right, I got to do it. But you end up sacrificing your advancement for it, which may bite you in the end. So
maybe go down to 3 game changers, cut 2 of the ones you want to cut there. I just mentioned it, but I would personally say lose the 3 0 mana rocks. It's you don't need that. If you're trying to drop Light Paws turn 1, then just go full force bracket 4 and just put a lot more of those, because only 3 of those you're may never see those in a lot of your games, right? It's gonna be very rarely that you start off the game with one of those in your hand, given you only have 3 in the whole deck. So I would start maybe with that as well, and then I even mentioned this already, but the tutors, it's like, why run things like Still Shaper's Gift and Open the Armory and Enlightened Tutor? Your commander already does it. You're increasing the consistency, you're increasing the speed of the deck, and these are all things we tend to see, are all indicators we tend to see whenever it comes to looking at a bracket 4 deck.
Yeah. What do you switch out for these?
Honestly, for the 3 mana rocks, I think, I understand because he's trying to play light paws with it, and like it's like, 2 mana is where I curve out, and that's where I want to run the 0 mana rock so I can get it out earlier. Yeah. But I personally think if you're trying to play this at a bracket 3 level, you're okay with things like Arcane Signet, and you're okay with things like Mind Stone and all those other, maybe even the white medallion that decreases all your white spells by 1 mana, all those type of spells, because just play light balls in turn 2. It goes in turn 2, and then use the other use those ramp pieces. Those other ramp pieces, like turn 3 could easily be spend 2 mana, play your mana rock, spend 1 mana, play one of your enchantment arrows, go get another one. That's perfect turn 3 here. You set yourself up for a future turn. Those mana rocks, even though they're 2 mana, will help you pay for more of the enchantment auras in the future.
Yeah, and I think that's the route I would take too. Is just coming from a slower light pause build is switching out some of those just to play a bigger enchantment later. It's fun. You get a bigger splashy enchantment. It's cool. It's not like you sacrifice so much for, playing only one enchantment. That's the higher level, right?
Yeah.
You get to still choose the smaller level enchantment that you want anyway. So it's not like it's really going to stop you. I think it's you want to slow down yourself more to get further into that, or get lower into that bracket 3. I think. And it's not a big sacrifice.
Well, it almost. I'm confused by this. I'm confused by this whole thing. It's. He makes a song on the story. And sorry, BP, for I might be coming at you a little bit here, but are you really trying to get this deck to bracket 3? I don't think you're trying. I don't think you're trying. Well, first off, he's got 5 game changers.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're trying, you would at least cut 2 of those by now, right? You have 3, the 0 mana rocks, the tutors. It's like, why are we trying to increase the consistency and the speed of this deck? You don't need to. Listen, bracket 4 is optimized. Bracket 3 is upgraded, right? That's the key word. That's what it's called in the bracket system. You can have the upgraded deck. You don't need to be running all those cards.
Yeah. It's like, come on, dude. You're running more and more of the best. I guess you're at the tipping point now. Do you really want it to be bracket 3?
Or are you really secretly trying to stay in bracket 4?
Right?
Hey, your group proxies, just tell them to all build a bracket 4 deck and have that bracket 4 game.
That's true.
Because again, I'm going to mention this too. Have you heard of the card Flickering Ward?
Yeah, I have heard of the card, but I think that's a good one to call out.
Let's talk about Flickering Ward real quick, because this is another reason why I would say I don't think he's trying to be bracket 3.
Let's hear it.
So Flickering Ward is a single white mana. It says when you play Enchantment Aura, when you play Flickering Ward, choose a color. Enchanted creature gains protection from the chosen color. So automatically, it's the 1 mana, you get some kind of protection. Hard to interact with light balls once you get this in. It then has pay 1 white mana, so just a single white mana. Return Flickering Ward to owner's hand. Now so let me tell you how this goes, chat. Turn 4, okay? You have 4, let's say you have 4 white mana.
Right.
Okay. You pay 1 white, you play Flickering Ward. Okay. You go get an enchantment aura with Light Paw's ability, put it on Light Paw's. Pay 1 white mana, return Flickering Ward to your hand. Okay. Pay 1 white mana, you play Flickering Ward. Go get another enchantment aura, put it on Light Paw's, you pay 1 mana, you return it, or you can do it whenever, right?
Or you can leave
you can do that at instant speed. You can wait till the end of the next player's turn and just return that if you want to leave that mana open. Or you know what I mean? It's like, this is such a it's not infinite, obviously, but it just feels very combo. It feels very bracket 4.
Yeah, it's a card that you play out, and it's like it's a value piece. It's a white value piece all of a sudden,
Yeah, that card plus your commanders instantly just like.
And even some of the other cards, like the Artificer, the one that lets you draw a card every time.
Oh yeah.
So you can like kind of
Shram.
Shram. So you're
just drawing a ton of cards. Off of
so
it
now you could draw. So it definitely has. But I mean, obviously in Light Paws, you're just searching for. It's a 1 mana tutor now.
So we talked about tunnel rating, bracket 4, performance rating.
Yeah.
Where are you at for this guy's deck specifically? Where are we at on performance rating?
Man, this deck is pretty strong. I will say that the caveat still is that your commander could get pretty, erased pretty fast.
Yeah. For this deck specifically, I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah. I think I might. I think I might have to agree with you.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I might have to agree with you, yeah.
But let me name some cards, if you don't mind. I'm going to read some cards here. Some of these you gave to me already from your prior deck, and let's list these cards and say, hey, maybe if you run more cards like this, I can see it being a bracket 3.
4, yeah, bracket 3.
So let's start with this one. I think you gave me this one, Armored Ascension.
Yeah, Armor Ascension is sick, man. It's a cool little one. It's like a cool little aura. I think it's only 3 mana too.
So this is a 4 mana enchantment aura, and it has enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each planes you control and has flying.
Yeah, give your guy flying. Give him some 1/1 counters. I mean, go find something for.
It's gonna be a lot of 1/1.
Yeah, give him a couple 1/1 counters. You'll be fine, man. Yeah, it's and this is like what I think. Some of the higher level ones should be. It should be something that you put down, gives a good effect, which obviously you're going to search off of it because of Light Paws. You get something even more baller for 4 mana now.
Yeah, exactly.
But also it scales, right? The more planes you get, the more 1/1 counters it goes. So it's not, something that you
the static 1/1 just constantly grows.
Exactly.
It's 4 mana, so then you're like, okay, now you're in a position where it's a bit slower than some of the other enchantment auras you have, which makes it feel more bracket 3, which gives me a better opportunity to maybe live a turn or two longer than I normally would in a bracket 4 to style of Light Paws deck. And in that situation, maybe I can find a way to interact with it and survive. Right.
Exactly.
Still, when this piece drops, it's like, oh shit.
Whoa,
we could be dead, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that one. Have you ever heard this one? Asha's Favor?
I don't think so.
So Asha's Favor is a 3 mana enchantment aura. It says enchanted creature has flying, first strike, and vigilance.
Oh, wow.
All 3 keywords.
All 3? Yeah, that's great.
I mean, there's a lot of like 1-2 mana ones that he has in the deck that give like one of those or maybe 2 of those if it has that. But I mean, you get all 3 of those. Flying is great. First strike's great. Vigilance is great, right? All
that makes your commander just a standing blocker
forever. Yeah, and it's 3 mana. So then again, you're falling in that whole like 3 mana is still cheap, and in bracket 3 and 4 mana spells are very like plausible things to play, and it's a great card. You can go get something with it. Now we're at 3 mana instead of the 1 and 2 that we see more consistently in this deck. So
pushing,
things are
slowing you down a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly.
And now you can cut 2 other cards that do it a little quicker, maybe.
Ooh, I like this one. Chains of Custody.
Ooh.
This is a 3 mana enchantment aura. It says when this aura enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. So now you can exile any target non-land permanent opponent controls. He has one like this for 1 mana that does something similar, but this has an extra ability. This one says enchanted creature has ward 2.
Yeah.
So you're doing the same thing that 1 mana enchantment aura is doing, but for 2 more mana, you're also giving Light Paws ward 2, which is like a form of protection, kind of.
Yeah, it is, and it's nice because it can interact with something, right? So you interact. You have a piece that also synergizes with your commander. You said would search for something, but it also gives your commander the backside of having ward 2. So ward 2 is underrated. I think ward is underrated. It gets kind of
ward's great.
Ward's getting higher and higher in cost now. You know what I mean? We look at Sauron as like sacrifice a legendary or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna see some higher ward costs coming soon.
I mean, is this a card you would play in your?
Yeah. I would definitely play. I was definitely looking at ward style
stuff,
cards. Yeah, I think it's a good effect to have.
So again, I mean, it gives you the removal that you need. It gives you some protection on your commander. It costs 3. So like you said a second ago, it just gives your pod a chance to play the game, maybe an extra turn or 2.
Make them pay that 2 extra mana, but at least give them the option, right? At least give them the chance to pay it.
Allow the game to get to that point.
Exactly.
And we didn't talk about this earlier. Maybe we do real quick, but that's one of the things Voltron can do is it can be really successful early game, and you could get to the point where you knock out a single player, and then after you kill that single player, one of your other 2 opponents finds a way to deal with Light Paws or your Voltron commander, and then boom, your Voltron commander is dead, and now it turns into a 2-hour scrap fest between the 3 remaining players because the Light Paws is dead, and now that everyone's still kind of in the process of building, you're trying to get Light Paws back out with all these enchantments you just dumped your whole hand on. You wait, you got to draw the cards into it now. Meanwhile, that one player that just got Voltroned to death in the first 3 or 4 turns of the game is just chilling.
Yeah, I think it's a trap that Voltron players fall into. It's something that really makes you look at your creature base too. For those type of decks. Like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
What can I put in absence of this? If I have something that in playing Light Balls, if I have something like Crystal Chimes, which is it's an artifact that lets me. It's pretty similar to Replenish, where it lets me return all artifacts and enchantments to the field.
Is it as expensive as Replenish?
No, it's not. Definitely not as expensive. Thank goodness. But it's nice to have another creature base that can benefit off of that, other than your commander, in the case that it's too expensive.
Yeah, and I like what you said there, because sometimes these Voltron decks need to fall back on a backup creature in case something happens to the commander and you just can't play it anymore.
Yeah.
I agree. Another one, you gave me this one too. Cho Mano's Blessing.
Cho Mano, hey, those old card. Plus, just for the Eldart, man.
Exactly, dude. So this one's 2 mana, which I know is still pretty cheap, but it's better than a lot of the 1 manas that BP Fertil's running. It says you may play Cho Mano's Blessing anytime you could play an instant. So it has that old flash wording.
Your grandpa's text right there.
Grandpa's text. As Cho Mano's Blessing comes into play, choose a color. Enchanted creature has protection from the chosen color. This effect does not remove Cho Mano's Blessing.
Yeah. I mean, a good just.
You run that one, right?
Yeah.
Or you did run that one.
I did run it in there. I think I converted Light Paws to the Pismel of the Poet now, but I think I still do run that one. It's just a great protection spell.
Okay.
2 mana. I mean, that'll slow you down from some of the other ones you have, but it still gives you that great effect of protection, which is and it's a flash thing too. So at any time you could protect your commander from whatever thing is trying to kill it. So
and again, like, BB for real, if you like the way the deck currently plays and you don't like the idea of adding all these 2 to 3 to 4 mana enchantment auras that we're reading out loud, maybe just convince your play group, say, hey, can we build at least everyone get 1 bracket 4 deck so I can just keep this deck that I low and love. Otherwise, just maybe consider some of these changes. I have one more here. It's called Eidolon of Countless Battles. This one's pretty cool because it has a bestow cost on it. The bestow is 2 and 2 white, so 4 total. So again, it kind of slows it down a little bit and allows you to play at a bracket 3 level where everyone else can feel like they're in the game still. You're not killing that one person, right? I like cards like this. And it says, Eidolon of Countless Battles and Enchanted Creature each get +1/+1 for each creature you control and +1/+1 for each aura you control. So the Eidolon comes in, when you pay up a style cost, you treat it as like an enchantment aura and it enchants Light Paws, giving Light Paws +1/+1 for each creature you control and +1/+1 for each aura you control. So it's a big buff to Light Paws.
Yes.
What I really like about this card, and it's exactly what you just brought up, is let's say somebody figures out how to deal with Light Paws. Light Paws dies. Boom, you're left with Eidolon of Countless Blossoms. He falls off. The way the style works is if that creature dies, he'll fall. This guy will fall off, and he just becomes a creature now. And you can start building on this guy. If it becomes too expensive to play Light Paws, just throw everything on this dude.
Yeah,
he gets big with each aura.
Yeah, no, it's great cards like this. It's like it's not legendary, but it's like a very backup-ish guy, right? Like it's like, oh, well, Light Pulse is out, but you're still gonna feel all these auras. So I think things like that you have another body, you have like, even though it seems like you're giving your pod another threat to worry about, you're also semi-limiting yourself by not like you're cutting out other faster things that are coming out there. So I think it feels a little bit more on pace, and it doesn't feel as bad for you either. That you're sacrificing, You guys are telling me to get rid of Light Paws, be cool with it. No. Now you have another option in there.
Yes,
that you can, Light Paws is out. Maybe you're in a scenario where they did take care of it, and they are taking care of it because you gave them this window, right?
Right.
But now you have something else that they have to worry about.
Take care of the blossom.
Exactly. So now you got so I think it's a good point. You know what? I think there's one other card too. I was just thinking about that would be fun. I think you were going to mention it probably. Eldrazi Conscription. Eldrazi Inscription, maybe. Yeah.
Eldrazi Conscription.
8 mana, colorless. I think it's an aura, so hey, it could get lowered with some of your aura, like your enchantment reducers. Oh man, it gives your creature 10+10. Annihilator 2, I believe.
Definitely helps you get to that one shot
and I think
potential.
Trample 2. I think so. It's a
Annihilator,
wonderful. It's a sick card. It's definitely like one of those splashy, like boom.
Definitely bracket 2, bracket 3 splashy
is
deck
super
card.
sick, man. You get to 8 mana, you get to put that thing down.
Yeah.
You better, you can pick anything out your deck out of that if you want, right?
You can equip any creature with that, by the way.
Any creature that's gonna eat, any creature that has that is gonna eat,
Yes,
right? So,
yes.
and I think you're just gonna have a ball playing that card. Honestly, I always
man.
have a fun time playing it. So,
I
hey, listen,
like that card. I like that
for
card a lot. I like that
8
card.
mana,
It's fair for 8.
Yeah,
It's fair for 8.
exactly.
It
Fair
is.
for 8 mana is cool.
God, there's that one that came out in the Sonic.
Oh yeah, the Super State, right?
Yes, that one's sick too. That
Those
one's
are
sick too.
I think it gives more keywords though, but I think it gives.
Yeah, I actually don't know what it does. It'll appear on screen.
Yeah, I think it gives you a good. It gives you a good buff too, though.
Yeah, so I do like those big flashy cards like that, and those just I think those are more, they allow you to have a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
And it definitely gives your pod that experience you see a lot in bracket 2 of 3 of like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, like something huge
Whoa.
just in the field. Yeah.
Versus in the bracket 4 style, it's like, okay, go get your 1 mana of protection.
Go search again. Yeah, I'll cut
Go
your
get
deck.
this.
Yeah,
Okay, you won the game. I'm ready to fold.
All right.
Whatever, dude.
It can't be blocked by creatures.
Yeah,
Benevolent
it's-
blessing.
So then let's go ahead and move on to the official Beyond the 7 bracket stamp of approval here. I'm going to count us down again. You have your stamp ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 4. All right, good. We're in agreement on this one. So you know what that means. BP for real. It is time. Judicaris Bracketum.
Oh.
Wow, you have been deemed an honest wizard today, BP for real.
You're an honest one, man.
Something you're not used to.
I guess I'm not used to. I try. Maybe I'm too far.
He said I
deep.
try. So again, BP for real, you were deemed honest because you did submit it as a bracket 4 deck. So you are aware of the power level of this deck, how powerful it is. The version you currently have it in right now, definitely bracket 4. The performance-wise, we think it's bracket 4 as well. We've given you a few suggestions on what you can do and how you can change the deck if you want to make it more of a bracket 3 friendly deck. But yeah, I think we said at the very beginning, I do think this deck innately, because of the commander and what it does, it's just going to be a pretty powerful deck.
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting the well with the enchantments. You're hitting the well with the search. You're running a bunch of other search things, other great things in your lands. It's to the degree that white can have.
Yeah.
It's doing it, man. It's kicking ass.
A lot of ass.
Yeah, so I think if you want to push it down, it's definitely possible though.
So assuming BP for real leaves this at bracket 4, let's frame the rule 0 for him a little bit.
Ooh, okay. I think I said it last time, so I think
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a few things here. If we leave the deck again, we're leaving the deck exactly as is. These are some of the things I'd mention.
Yep.
I might mention that there are, and some of these might be obvious given that it's bracket 4 and that these are assumptions.
Yeah.
But I think it's more important to let people know more than less.
Yeah.
I would say maybe let them know you have a few or 3 of the 0 mana rocks, so there's a potential to getting light balls out on turn 1.
Yep.
I would most definitely mention Flickering Ward.
Flickering Ward's a good call out.
Just the ability of what it's capable of in this deck. And again, another thing that's very obvious with being bracket 4, but it's nice to put it out there. It's just let people know it's very hard to interact with this deck.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nose. I think it's something that you invite them to interact with early. I think that's a bigger thing is that you let them know, hey, this thing snowballs pretty fast. So if you get rid of a turn that it comes in, I will not be mad at you. It's probably for the best.
I understand.
Yeah. And I think that's all I would say too is probably what you said. I have ways to recur these. I have replenish. I would say
Sarah Sanctum.
Sarah Sanctum.
You can say that stuff.
You could. I think there's a prepared spell now for replenish. I just thought about that. Ooh. So I think in the Strixhaven there's like a repair. Maybe the AI got me.
If there is, we'll put it up here on the screen. I'll look for it.
There's one that gives you a prepared replenish now.
Okay, gross.
So maybe there's other ways. Look at some of the alternatives for your decks, and
if you're trying to go to bracket 3,
if you're trying to go to bracket 3. But I guess what I would want to hear is it's obvious it's bracket 4. I'm running 5 game changers. I probably want to know about the tutors too.
Yeah, you can mention that. You can mention that.
But I think
throw more than you think. So mostly, usually is the right way. So, But hey, we're approaching my favorite segment.
Okay.
Oh, it is time for Guess That Bracket.
Wow.
Guess, girl. I wish I had a little echo effect there. So, Guess That Bracket. I'm not sure if you're, oh, I got you. So usually, I don't even know whose turn it was. If it was my turn or Jordan's turn this week. But since you are the guest this week, I will be presenting 3 cards to you. And based off those 3 cards, you have to determine what bracket the entire deck is in.
Okay, so these 3 cards are in the exact same deck.
They're all from the same deck.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
And I'm going to, in between each card, I'm going to ask you kind of how you feel about where's the bracket given just this card.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so the first card, which everyone's already aware of because it's been the bracket card of the week for the past week, is Esper Sentinel.
Bracket 4. Bracket 4 next.
Oh, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Who this is, bro? Come on, bro.
No, the viewers don't know. The chat doesn't know. But since you do play with a lot of proxy players in our play group, and we have a lot of white because white's a very popular color in Commander. Dude, there are times we'll be sitting at the table and there are 3 Esper Sentinels sitting at the table. Oh my God. So Dry Fishy has an extreme amount of hate for cards like Esper Sentinel for sure.
Nightmare Pod, fool. Nightmare Pod.
So let me read Esper Sentinel for everyone. Esper Sentinel is a single white mana, 1/1 artifact creature human soldier. It says, whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power.
Yeah, I mean...
So basically 1, usually.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people... I don't know why people underlook this card if they do at all. I'm pretty sure they don't, but it has the same text as some of the other, resource recursion. We look at like Smothering Tide, the Heuristic Study. It follows that same effect, even though, you'll probably mention here, it's a little narrower.
It is a little narrow because it only triggers on the first non-creature spell. So you're narrowing it because it has to be a non-creature spell, and it's only the first one per turn. But I will say this, and I want your opinion on this. I personally still think Esper Sentinel should be a game changer.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, no, there's no other way that's what's putting me this at bracket 4.
And people argue, let me give you this argument. People will say, Slaytyr, it's nowhere near as good as Heuristic Study. And I agree with you. However... Oh, maybe I don't agree with you. I'm not going to say it's nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Heuristic Study is better, but here's why it should still be a game changer. Heuristic Study does trigger on every single cast, right? Any spell, whatever, doesn't matter how many spells you cast per turn, it'll trigger each time. You are either paying the 1 or I am drawing a card, period, right? The thing about Esper Sentinel, though, Heuristic Study is 3 mana. Right. Esper Sentinel is 1 white mana. So what you're telling me is, and this happens a lot in our games, we've seen it. Turn one, you're dropping Esper Sentinel. You are now in a position where are you really going to tell the other 3 players at the table, hey, on turn 2, don't play any of your mana rocks, don't play any of your ramp spells, don't play any of your setup pieces, because if you do,
respond to this.
I'm going to draw a card.
Exactly. And they're not going to pay the 1 or whatever. They're just not going to.
We're not responsible.
We're not paying that tax. Oh, yeah, man. No, it's, like you said, it's my argument to that, it might even be a little bit better than Heuristic Study. My only reason for that is that, one, it's a creature, so
it has on a body, easily recurable.
It is easily recurable. It is an artifact as well, so there are some recursions around that too. Yeah. Artifact strategies. There's ways to protect your artifacts a lot harder too.
You can pump its power, make it even harder to pay the tax.
Even harder to pay, and then the longer, I really feel like at any point it comes to question. You mentioned the early game.
Yeah,
I think at any point it comes to question: do I even pay it? Right? Like,
am
I gonna pay something to get rid of this, or just kind of get that big spell off that I've been waiting for this payoff for?
Yeah,
and it's
like I said, I think it should be a game changer.
Underrated card.
Yeah, it's really good. I also think, if we're gonna just real quick, just yes or no, mana drain. I think mana drain should be a game changer too.
Mana drain.
All right, cool. Moving on. So you ready for the second card? All right, second card is Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, I'm not very familiar with this.
Okay,
one.
Deathrite Shaman is 1 hybrid mana, hybrid black green. So that means you can pay a black or a green for this one. It is a creature elf shaman 1/2. It has tap it, exile target land card from a graveyard. Add 1 mana of any color. Pay a black and tap it. Exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life.
Okay.
And the third ability is pay a green and tap it. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. You gain 2 life. So it has these 3 abilities where One can get you a mana if you just tap it. One can get you each opponent losing 2 life if you tap it and get rid of an instant sorcery. And then one, well, you have to pay a black as well. One, you can tap green. You can basically gain 2 life. And, you know, all these have some form of like graveyard hate.
Yeah, gotcha. This is the same thing as Esper Sentinel in the same deck. So 4, next.
Wait.
I'm playing. No, honestly, graveyards are pretty cool to me. Honestly, as much as I think like there are like ways that you can make it broken.
Yeah,
I think it's still a cool part of the game. I think there are like other graveyard strategies or the ways that you can win that are kind of sick. I know we've been kind of harping on landfall, but there are cool things out the graveyard that happens. I'll mention I've been building up Sauron a little bit, so I'm happy to see like I have persist and some other things into some things like that coming out that I'm like, okay, these are kind of cool. I think I can see why people like the graveyard. So
yeah,
honestly, saying that, I think this one puts it down a little bit for me. I would say.
Okay.
So we got Esper Sentinel and we got this one.
That's right, Shaman. Yeah.
So now I'm looking at green.
You said 4.
I said 4. Yeah, I did say 4. So now we're looking at green, black, and white.
Yeah. So with this being revealed, I will share that this is an Abzan deck.
Gotcha. Okay.
Abzan. Ready for that third one?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
So are we still hovering around a 4-ish, high 3?
I'm thinking more high 3. Like I said, I'm cool with graveyards. The Deathrite Shaman, the ability. I feel like the not knowing a lot about it, for one, but also hearing the abilities on it kind of makes me feel like the Esper Sentinel is more of like a supportive piece, like just not really like a big synergistic thing about it.
I wonder how this one's going to do that.
Let's hear it.
Last card, Entomb.
Entomb.
So this is
a
single black mana for an instant that says, search your library for a card. Put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle your library.
This is a cool card. This is a cool card. I like this card.
Very powerful card, but you can see this card in just about any brackets from 2 to 5.
I definitely think, it feels like the ceiling for this deck can be pretty high.
Yeah.
Again, graveyards I think they're just super cool. I think graveyards strategies are sick. I think hearing that one, man, that it is pretty strong, but I don't know. I guess if I'm thinking about those 3 cards in conjunction, hearing Entomb, hearing the Deathrite Shaman, maybe I'm not too worried about the Esper Sentinel. So maybe the Esper Sentinel isn't like maybe I overvalued it. Its role in this deck is what I'm trying to say. So
we are the influencers of that.
I think this softens me up a little bit. I like Entomb. I like the Deathrite Shaman.
It softens you up a little bit?
I think so.
What does that mean?
I think this puts me at like a 3 for the deck.
Is that fine? I ask every time. I gotta make sure.
Oh, yeah, that's final, man. This
Bracket 3?
Bracket 3, man.
So, this is... I'm so sorry, Drive.
No, what do you mean?
Bro, you were so adamant, bro. You were so declarative of it. You were so like, bracket 4 done.
I should have stuck.
You should have stuck with it, bro. This is a bracket 4 deck. No. Bro, I tried to give you clues with the listen. Maybe you did say you didn't know this card very much about this card, so maybe this is why you didn't know. But Deathrite Shaman tends to be a card you see at higher bracket levels, higher power levels, and the reason why is that tap, exile, target land ability. You might think, well, dang, I have to have a land in the graveyard for this to really work. Well, a lot of times what happens is in those high bracket level, high power level decks, you're seeing all of the fetch lands being played.
Oh, right.
So the fetch lands go into the graveyard.
Yeah, so
right?
You always got fodder.
Always got fodder for the Deathrite Shaman to give you the mana you need.
Wow.
Yeah. So Deathrite Shaman, pretty powerful mana ramp for high power decks. And then, I mean, we all know Entomb's a tutor.
Yeah.
Put any piece you need in the graveyard to recur that shit on turn 3, 4, whatever you need for those high power level games, you know? So yeah, this is a bracket 4 deck in Abzan. You want to hear the commander?
Let's hear the commander, man.
This is so this is so funny. Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you.
What? Don't give me another surprise, bro.
Dude, I forgot to tell you the secret from the second deck, bro.
What?
Oh, dude, BP for real, bro.
BP for real.
BP for real. The Light Paws deck.
Yeah. What about it?
You know who that is as well.
No, I don't.
I forgot to tell you.
No, I do not, bro. No, yes, I do not. Okay, Oh my god!
You know who has a
I
light
know
Paws
both of
deck?
these people. That's what you say?
Huh?
I know both of them. So the first one was Jordan.
The first one was Jordan.
Okay.
The second one.
The second one. Ooh.
Who also has a light Paws deck? I will say this: they don't have it. They haven't played in a very long time, and it doesn't usually get pulled out ever.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be hard for you to figure.
I
this
think
one
that
out.
I might say Hunter again.
This is also Jordan.
No, it's not.
Bro, this is a Jordan-focused episode.
Oh
Dude,
my god!
As soon as we knew we were having you on the pod, Jordan called me earlier this week. He said, "Bro, I'm submitting 2 decks." He made a separate Boxfield account, a separate Architect account, all of that.
What was the first one?
The Who was on
What
Architect.
was the second one?
Yo, you didn't even. I thought you were gonna catch it. I almost said it, bro. What do you think BP stood for?
BP.
Business.
Oh.
Business partners, bro.
Oh
For the viewers
my
and the
God.
chatters, Jordan and Jesse always have this thing where they call each other business partners in our games. Like, hey, what's up, business partner? How you doing? So we put business partner for real.
BB for real. Oh, Jordan.
Oh, we knew that'd be a good one, dude.
Jordan. Oh my God.
Fuck that guy, right? I love you, Jordan.
Jordan. Hey, well, at least he's a warlock. I'm happy he's a warlock.
Oh, true, he did get it, yeah.
He's a warlock, so welcome to the spa. He's still my business partner. We still doing deals
The whole
today.
reason this is so funny is because, and I promise you, you can ask Jordan, I picked this bracket card of the week like 2 weeks ago. We're like 2 weeks ahead of schedule on this stuff. And, dude, the commander for this deck was his first ever commander.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Damn. What's the name?
Cardor Ghost Chieftain. You ever heard of this one? So Cardor Ghost Chieftain, it's an 8 mana, so 5 and white, black, green.
Okay.
For a legendary creature, Centaur Spirit, 3/4. It says this spell costs 1 generic less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard.
Wow. Okay, so that makes more sense with the Entomb.
Deathray Shaman, all that stuff going. It's definitely a graveyard loving deck. This was Jordan's first. Dude, I did not intend for that. That was just perfect how it lined up.
Awesome, man.
So this is a very Jordan dedicated episode that we thought would be funny to do with you here. It was perfect how it lined up. Again, his first ever commander deck. Yeah, this was definitely was a bracket 4 deck. Jordan at one point had this deck with all non-proxy cards. It was straight out of the pre-con.
Right. And when did it come out?
2011.
Wow.
2011. That's when we started. So,
sick.
And he gave me the other commander for the deck with non-proxy cards, which was Gave Guru of Spores, which ended up being the better of the two. He didn't at the time. We didn't know.
What?
But Gave Guru of Spores ended up being the super tier 1 combo Abzan deck.
The meta kind of deck.
Yeah, one of the meta decks. And what happens is we both got into proxying, and once we both got into proxying, both me with Gave and Jordan with Cardor, we kind of definitely shot the level up of these commander decks.
Turned it up, yeah.
They definitely turned it to
Jordan
Abzan combo.
Jordan find it.
Oh yeah. They definitely turned it to Abzan graveyard combo decks. He was running a ton of the Karmic Guide type of infinite loops with the graveyard and Cardor and all that. So. Yeah, it was his first deck ever. I thought it was really funny that we ended up on that. This and again, this one's bracket 4. Oh, I forgot to mention, but you know what that means?
What?
So we keep a tally here, a little running score of the brackets, and neither me or Jordan have won or gotten the bracket right. So
the guess. Oh,
yeah.
dang.
So the score is still 0-0, and this guy.
Dang it, man. Dang it. That makes me so mad.
You
bro.
almost could have been the one,
bro. I should have just stuck with my freaking gut, man.
Dude, when you said 4 off the bat, I was like, oh no, he's gonna stick to that too. He's gonna stick to that.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, oh man. Oh, that sucks. No, I don't know. Graveyards, I was like, that's it could be strong, but maybe this one isn't. There's Esper, I'm sure they could have put some other ties or something. But man, I should have stuck to it. Hey, stick to your gut, everybody. Stick to your gut. Hey, that's what you need to do.
Oh gosh. All right, Bracketeers. That brings us to the end of this episode. If you want us, the Head Bracketeers, to give your deck the official Beyond the 7 bracket stamp of approval, be sure to find the submission link in the description or across all of our social medias at Beyond the 7 MTG. And share your stories with us. Share them. Keep sharing. We love it. If you haven't already, please think about subscribing to the YouTube channel and or giving us a 5-star rating on Spotify, mostly and. Let's do both of those.
Yeah, share those stories, man. Send in those decks, man. You're going to get rated. You're going to get shaded or...
bracket shame, bracket approved, whatever it might be.
And if it's a Warlock, hey, come join us. You know, there's some pretty cool people on the Warlock side. You know, we'll make a club. You know, we'll have maybe biker jackets or something.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, you know, help us out. Give us the follow, man. Give us the ratings. It'll help us grow and craft better Rule Zero conversations around the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you have fun today, man?
I had a great time, man. Wonderful. Everything I thought.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
It
was a good time.
Man. Great time.
And with that, we have passed our judgment this day. Thank you for gathering, Bracketeers. And yes, we know your deck is indeed a 3.
Is that a low 3?
How'd you feel about it, man?
That's sick, man. Yeah.
Bracket card of the week is Deflecting SWAT. Go forth, Bracketeers. The gathering awaits your verdict.
Let's talk about it.
Because even the viewers won't know until they see the bloopers.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
You can't put this at the beginning, though.
No, it would be at the end of the bloopers.
Yeah. Did you know? Oh, God.
Did you know?
There's a white wire that's supposed to connect.
Dude, don't. Fuck, man.
Oh.
I fucked up, Chad.
The look he gave me, bro.
Dude, my heart fucking sank to my stomach, dude.
The way you looked at me, I was like, no.
You saw it in my eyes?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh.
Chat, we recorded an entire episode. It was so good. And I didn't have a certain chord plugged in, so none of it was really captured.
Man. Hey, if you hear me say, oh my God, if you hear me singing, bro, during the Magic Net. If you hear me say that, man, it's a game changer, bro.
You know something.
You know something nasty coming up.
But we're going to keep it authentic. We're going to keep it real today.
Yes.
Yeah, you sound good.
Good. I'm good, gang.
And this time we're not going to fuck up anything. We're not going to tell anybody about the redo, right?
Secret, y'all. We fucked it up.
We fucked it was me.
We fucked it up. We just re-recorded this whole thing.
That was the second time, and I feel like it still was really long.